Ladies and gentlemen, live from T-Briz Studios, it's the Adult Baby Show.
I'm a sweet boy.
I'll let a girl suck any part of me. I mean, honestly.
It's just in my mouth, just.
Oh, like, I'll try anything once.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Except getting to work on time.
You just ruined my day. Fuck your day.
Oh, let's get the feet involved.
It's not a nut. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud with you.
Some people
Yeah.
are absolutely
Uh-huh.
disgusted by me.
He ain't lying.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Adult Babies Podcast, episode 260. I am B.
I'm Chick.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Chris.
Ho!
Look who's back.
Bringing it home.
Today on the podcast, we talk about Chris being back in the States with us.
USA.
Exciting.
Yeah. It
Yeah,
was fun.
our first time meeting. So I was trying to get him to know him in between Chick disparaging the women.
Some of that.
Yeah.
I got
I feel like I
such
kept
a
trying to
bad
steer
rep
back
in
to be
this
like, make it worth his trip to be like, hey, let's talk
Yeah,
about what's
good
going
luck
on.
following this one, by the way.
We
This is gonna be-
apologize to everybody out there.
There's a lot of
for this
energy
one.
in here today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we haven't seen each other in
I
a
was a little
while.
off the
So,
rails.
yeah.
So
it's
yeah,
all
we
right.
do.
You're
We
good.
talk about that. We talk about your opinion on women, strip clubs a little bit.
Specific types of women.
It's not about women. Like, I love women. Let's get that out there.
Strip clubs.
Yeah.
We talked about prostitution.
Yeah, we got into everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
B needs to try some.
Yes, he believes I need to try some. But anyway,
Prostitution.
he's still after that whole conversation, he's still
Yeah.
You can't
He
change.
can't
his mind.
get off the topic.
You can't change a zebra's stripes or whatever
Yeah.
they say.
And I tried to learn about Serbia as much as I could.
Well,
in,
yeah.
in between all of it. So
How much did you learn?
not as
that
much as I'm gonna have to YouTube just to see
Yeah,
learn more.
but yeah, it was a fun episode. I enjoyed this. This is
I might travel once, and then we're gonna do a podcast, and we'll zoom back to you guys, and we'll do like overseas.
now that
Why
would be
not?
fun.
Yeah, that'd be
Now
awesome.
that would be fun.
That'd be a
That
good
would
time.
be
Yeah.
fun.
So
That's how
that's
we
it.
lose them.
Enjoy.
Enjoy, guys. That's how we lose you.
That was a good ending.
You go to
Mark
Serbia.
Norman's on Netflix.
Yeah.
New special. I heard it's really good. I didn't see it yet.
I'm about to watch that tonight.
Probably a lot of
I might watch
comparisons
that
on
tonight
that
too,
on that
actually.
special.
He's so funny, man.
He is funny, yeah. But I worked with him for a weekend, and I noticed I'm like, there's a lot of comparisons in his comedy.
Now I'm gonna pick that. I'm gonna
So
see
it's like
that.
it's like, oh, when you ever notice, babies are a lot like penises. You take care of them. You can't beat them in public, and it's like
It
it's
is
like,
a lot.
He's got
yeah.
a lot of that. And it's like what you just did, like this, like that's his.
I don't
thing.
know.
Yeah. Comedy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey,
Hey,
we didn't
you're
get him
about-
on the podcast, did we?
No,
Mark Norman.
You had him on. Oh, that's where I met him at that show.
at the show. We did a
You
show.
met Mark Norman?
Yeah. I didn't even think anything of it. I was talking to him, smoking pot next to him.
I walked out. And
I didn't know he was a big. I just thought he was a Long Island comic.
No, he's
he had his people filming the whole thing. So I walked out and he said something to me, and then Chick coughs in his face. Something what didn't you cough in his
I didn't
face?
cough in his face.
cough.
No, you
He
did.
just makes things up.
I don't make things up.
I was outside smoking pot, and then he came out to smoke a cigarette or something, and I started.
You ruined my moment. This is what it was. Because I walked out and he had the camera rolling and he said, "This guy had a great set." And then I was like, "Oh, thank you." And then Chick went just
That's a chick thing
stepped
to do,
over it.
Yeah.
I didn't
I
realize.
was like, "Let me enjoy this moment."
One, I didn't know who the hell he was.
yeah, I know.
that's your first problem.
Yeah.
That is your first problem, but that's like
At that time, I'm seeing him.
I
a
told
rough
you it was.
impression to make on
But
someone.
you tell me a lot of guys are like whatever, and I see them. I don't get really starstruck. First off,
Well, no, you wouldn't get starstruck.
and two, I was, he's a normal dude. I was out there smoking a cigarette. He was right there. It's not like he looked like he was like a
He's
big
a normal
deal.
dude. Now, he introduced me to a car that I want to own one day. He drives like an old BMW, but it's like it doesn't look like a BMW. Like it's a really old
Yeah,
car.
I've seen that. Yeah,
It's so cool, and now I want one.
I think it breaks down a lot.
It probably does, but like
I think he
why
spent
not?
a lot of money fixing
Just
it.
trying to
Yeah.
fix it.
Yeah, like it was like in the shop for just like
Yeah.
forever.
It's just an awesome looking car. Though, man. I like cars that don't have AC because there's something classic about that.
You're anti-AC.
I'm not
now.
crazy about AC. Yeah,
So, yeah,
Even like in a house.
yeah, I just don't love it.
I've heard that recently that people don't like like the way it makes the air feel, and I can kind of understand that.
When I notice when the AC goes on and I start waking up, I have a little bit of a stuffy nose.
You know what it is? So there's that. And
Yeah.
you know when you're on a plane and it's like kind of like it's artificial air?
Yeah.
I feel the same way about AC.
AF.
AFAC, man.
Wait, what do you mean artificial air?
Like you're on a plane and it's like it's recycled, like you're in a tube where they're just
All right,
pumping
fair
kind of
enough.
recycled air into you, and it's not fresh.
It's not fresh
and
air.
It dries you out.
Not fresh.
Right? Like if you're ever in
Yeah,
a long
fresh
Yeah,
air.
it's not fresh air.
You ever notice how air isn't fresh when
Yeah.
it comes out? Oh,
Yeah.
I can't do it.
You're looking at
Mark
the air,
Norman.
and then it's air.
Are you a big comedy fan?
Yeah,
Yeah?
I like comedy.
Is that what got you involved with them to start with?
Yeah, I did open micing for a while. That's how Brennan and I
Open
met.
mic.
Yeah, get into the whole story because they started first without me.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, which was
And
why it
this
didn't
was-
work. We had the missing
yeah.
piece.
I connived my way in.
He was our missing puzzle
He's
piece.
the missing link.
Well, I stole B, and then Chris came back.
He did. B kind of left me.
Well, yeah.
So that was it? Just no further than open mics, though.
For me, no.
Yeah.
I met Chris at the legendary Climate Lounge,
Wow.
Laughing Buddha Comedy, and I met him just hanging out upstairs, and he was from Massapequa. I'm from Farmingdale. You know, watch out for Massapequa. You don't say it too loud in front of chick. But yeah, and then he invited me to be on his podcast, and the rest is history, as I say. Yeah, I don't.
Your mother need another password? What's going on?
No,
over
I was looking at my pics just to make sure
he's
what's what
already
I had.
setting
No,
up-
no,
He's
no.
already setting up for
I
his
was
pics.
just getting open to them, so I have them.
He's like ready to leave.
So I
No,
have
he is.
them.
it's like he can't remember
I
3
saw him
movies that he
staring
watched.
at me. I felt like I got caught by like the teacher.
I got to get my picks up so I can
We're
remember
always-
the 3 things I watched.
You know what it is? When somebody starts playing with their phone on a podcast, it's everybody notices.
I know, and all I did was open up my notes, so you could.
That's
I
all it
did.
takes to distract everybody.
We're gonna go to the tape. We're gonna watch how long he's on his phone and be like, was your notes app hidden in like a folder?
I was all
somewhere?
no.
You know
well,
what's
it's in a
crazy
folder.
also? Like he's for such an unprepared guy, and like, you know, we give Chick a lot of shit for being a slacker. He's the only one that shows up with notes
Yeah, but
consistently.
but
Like, he
also
does work for this.
But he makes notes
Work?
during the podcast.
He does do that.
I also don't remember things, so sometimes I'd have to like if I want to say something and not cut somebody off, I got to put a note.
That's
in.
probably all the weed.
oh, is that what you're doing?
I
now on
wasn't
the
doing
podcast?
that there, but I will now because
So
I'm
wait,
trying not to cut people
your,
off.
your notes app is in a folder?
Well, it's in like so. Yeah, it's broken up into folders.
No, like
Oh,
the
wow,
app
alright.
itself on your screen is it in a
Oh
folder?
no,
He has so
it's
many.
on like my third page.
He has so many different ways to
Oh
remember.
no, actually,
things.
wait, I put it on the initial page. So yeah, it's right on the home
Yeah,
page.
it's-
now.
but
That's the
inside the
first-
notes, you know how you have different notes inside? He's probably got like 20 of them.
Yeah.
It's movie recommendations. It's, you know, his favorite nachos or whatever the hell.
passwords.
I have a
The
password.
girl who works at Wendy's that
Yeah.
winked at him one time, but it really she just had something in her eye.
Yeah, it's a lot of that stuff.
Notes is definitely a first page app for me because I use that. I use that.
I do.
app
I
a
use it
lot.
a lot.
So I stopped
the time.
using Apple Notes because one time they deleted all my shit.
I heard nightmare stories about that.
Yeah, so
that
I had
would
to
be-
stop using.
Is
I
this
use
Apple Notes?
Evernote now. But whatever's preloaded on your phone.
So
Yeah,
this
that's what
notes
I
page
use.
on my Apple phone is Apple Notes.
Yeah.
And you're telling me I should not keep it on here.
They deleted
'Cause-
all my shit. I couldn't get it back.
Was it like a syncing problem? You tried to sync
I don't
something?
remember. It
That
was
I
something
could
like
see.
that. It was probably my fault, but it
Yeah,
probably
it's
also
scary.
wasn't my fault.
But if you're in Evernote and you just make an account and you can just log into
You
your
can get it
account
from anywhere.
and just pull it up
Yeah.
anywhere, it's not going to
Evernote's great.
disappear.
I got to figure out
I
what to do
I
with
downloaded that
But
and I
Evernote.
tried it, but I'm like, this
Get
seems-
what?
Evernote, it's an app.
It's like a notes app, but you
Yeah.
can do. There's a lot more you can do with it. you
But
can share
what app,
notes with
is it
people.
saved to like a cloud that like if I go on, I can go on to it as long as I
You can go
sign
from
in?
your phone, your iPad,
Guys,
your
it took him
laptop.
10 minutes to find the notes app in his phone. We're going to have him
Didn't
download
take me
something.
10 minutes. I went to Netflix to just make sure of
You had to
something.
double check with Netflix.
Yeah, that's, I was
Jesus.
just I was just getting ready for
plot,
later in
the
the,
plot
show.
thickens. Before it was just the notes. Now
Yeah.
there's
Now it's
Netflix is involved.
He probably had to check Hulu also.
Did I watch
He had to
this?
get permission from HBO Max to bring it up.
You had to see the trailer to remember what it's about.
At least it was show related.
At least.
Yeah.
So you say.
Yeah, that's what he says.
Well, I'm not gonna say. If I say it, it'll blow up. But so 1 week I'm gonna put up a camera behind him, facing down in his phone.
That'd be great.
That would be
Like,
perfect.
what's Chick looking at?
Yeah, what's what are you looking at?
You
Chick?
could do
Oh,
that
just
to me.
doing-
Imagine you have me. I'm just scrolling through Instagram, Facebook.
Oh my
I
God,
should
just
have
the
just,
chick cam.
turned the webcam on my camera, on my
It's already,
computer.
we
But
already have a camera.
That would
pointed
be
at us.
how many times can we catch chick lying?
Oh God. With this, we need a chick cam.
Yeah.
behind the back chick cam. That's it. Okay,
Yeah.
so just open mics, but that like New York open mics, not
New York
not,
open
not
mics.
New York shitty or Long Island shitty.
He
open
hated
mics.
Long Island.
I really
mics.
hated Long Island.
I think.
right?
I
You
think.
live out here though?
Yeah.
Well, do you?
Well, no, I did.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Sorry, at the time. See, I already went back in time in my head. At the time, I lived out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you live
In Serbia.
really
Far. Yeah.
Okay.
He hates America.
Bit of a hike.
Yeah.
I don't hate America.
No, I'm joking.
So what are you what are you doing
You get
here?
me in trouble.
No.
I just like living there. I don't have a reason. I have a marketing agency, and I can work from.
Can you
from
help
anywhere.
us?
Yeah, I mean, I tried.
But yeah, what brought you here? Why are you here now?
Work. I hadn't been also to visit family and stuff like that.
Sure.
I haven't been back
Makes sense.
in. It's almost 8 months.
That's wild, man.
What
Right?
really? No, here's what the Chris came back. He's not telling you the truth. He saw that we got 27,000 views on Instagram. He's like, I got to get back.
I
to
gotta
this
get. Yeah,
podcast."
I have to capitalize on this.
Yeah, he's like, I got to be a part of this.
Not enough. I was hoping for more. To be honest with you, I was hoping for.
I was too.
27K is great though, man. That's
It should have got
25 and counting. We could fall back into a rhythm, I feel like.
It should have got more, man.
But now you just got to keep it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
so
keep posting videos and stuff. Which you guys do a great job with those clips. So
He
yeah,
does a
so
great
I
job.
I just got this laptop, my new baby.
That looks like a
so,
brand new laptop.
I
yeah,
like it. It looks
jealous,
nice.
Custom ordered it, so it took a couple weeks to get. And,
What's the price range for
oh,
something
would
like
you
that?
like? You tricked that out with terabytes and shit.
Bumped up a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah, added some storage, added some RAM.
Nice. Don't know what that
Just
means.
Is that the
It
M2?
sounds
It's
good.
all basically so he could do a lot more
yeah.
on there.
It's M2.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm jealous.
What's M2?
I'm gonna get. It's
The
a new chip.
Yeah.
What does it do?
M2 Pro, not Max. I think the Max is the.
I'm doing a new laptop next year, so I'm not
Oh.
even looking at them because I'll pre-buy, which is not.
yeah.
And I can't.
Yeah.
But what's the chip do? Like, what's its purpose?
That's just how well, like it just
makes
the
shit run faster.
Process.
oh,
and how-
just everything's fit.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And it's big, like when you do video, audio stuff. Like you need a high processing power.
Nice. There you
So
go. Way to go,
that,
Ryan.
that computer was like I kept trying to edit. It would just literally just shut down. in the
Ryan's
middle of it,
investing
trying to-
more in this show than the three of us did for like 4 years.
Yeah. We noticed
well,
that.
I just always
early
want
on.
an excuse to buy. I need the slightest excuse. My company was like, "Oh, we're doing a thing, a truck competition. Can you film it?" And I have a drone. And they're like, "Yeah, take some like drone shots of it." I'm like, "Oh, that'd be cool." I said, "But it'd be really cool if I had that new Mavic 3 Pro drone."
That would be cool.
So I just bought it, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, I can't afford any of this shit." But I'm like, "I need that $3,000 drone for this thing that I'm not even getting paid. Well, I got paid like just a day rate at work.
Yeah.
But I certainly didn't need this drone I bought for
you
this.
could always sell this. Is this resellable
I write
stuff?
it off. So I have I write it off.
You have
my
an
taxes.
LLC?
Yeah, I write
That's
it off
it.
my taxes.
That's
I
right.
told you, B. That's why
Yeah.
you get an LLC.
Oh, you
It's
don't
for
have-
work.
You're right. You're
I mean,
right.
for comedy, you should have an LLC.
I don't have
for
an
sure.
LLC.
Yeah,
Just
I can
Brandon
write
Ryan
also.
LLC. I mean, it's,
I can write off like I travel to take photos to sell online. So I can write off travel.
like what kind? Like
And
like when
really-
I
and
buy
it
stock
helps
photos
with the end of the year with
that's it?
taxes. That's what the write-offs are.
I just sell on. I have like a website that I sell prints. You can get prints.
that's cool.
I've been in galleries and stuff like that. And then I do portraits sometimes. I'm doing a wedding coming up, but
Oh, that's awesome.
it's really all just to maintain the expense of my hobby, which I just like shooting. I don't make a
That's
ton of
good,
money.
though. That you
That's
should
great,
be
man.
doing that.
Yeah, why not?
But that's a
Yeah.
smart way to do it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why I was trying to tell. I was telling B how I wanted to LLC myself for certain things, and he
What are
was
you
laughing
gonna-
at me.
Well, because I don't know what you would LLC.
Yeah, what are you gonna
watching
spend
movies?
on
You
that?
can't just LLC. You have to have.
We were
something you're
gonna,
trying to
me
make
and my
money from.
buddy, with that video that we did, we were gonna start like a production, kind of like a
Not our video, another
The
video.
other video, yeah.
yeah, the one that we did for his son.
You know what would be an easy thing? Well, I don't know if you need. I don't know. If you
I could
write
do an
off-
LLC as a salesman if I wanted to sell for my buddy's company, like because he has like, and we like working as
Yeah,
a third
you'd
party,
be an independent
an
contractor.
independent
with an LLC.
contractor doing sales. So like
Yeah.
you could, in theory, LLC for any.
Yeah, no, but you have to like.
You have to make you have to bring in some
you have to-
income on it.
Yeah, you have to be working towards getting
exactly, and I would
income
be
from it.
But I was telling him I had an idea about it, and he
You can
completely
move that however
shit
you
on
like.
me.
You can just hold it.
But
if
when
you'd rather.
Ryan
I'm
talks
keep
about
touching it uncomfortably. I think is
Yeah, if you
sort
want
of
to just
a-
hold it, it's
This is nice. You got a good
But
setup.
B,
here.
it should respect when you talk about it. B's like, oh, when I do, it's like, what are you fucking talking about? You
Because
idiot.
Ryan just listed a bunch of stuff that he would do. You like, there's a video we made. We're gonna start an LLC.
Chick's
There's
like-
no plan.
That there was a
It's like
plan
made
when
a-
I talked.
I made a reel.
yeah,
He's
it's-
not, but that's not even what it is. We had a whole
We're gonna do
discussion
this
about
again.
it, and I was talking about highlight. Remember when I was doing all that stuff?
Yeah.
And
there was one video.
we've only done one, so we got to start somewhere.
And the
Make
things
a
you
couple more before you incorporate. You know?
But I didn't do it yet. I'm not. I was just talking to him. I was spitfiring ideas, talking to him about it, and he poo-pooed
you are
it.
an
I
ideas
didn't.
guy.
I would like you to prove me wrong, but you never do. That's the problem.
I never do. Well, how many times have I offered to start something like this?
You always
Yeah, but
have
how
an
many
idea.
times have you done it though?
I've never tried to do it.
Maybe try.
I'm gonna. That's the goal.
But you want to pick something that you can write things off that actually benefit you as well. Like
Yeah.
So what?
Well, I'm not even doing it for write-offs. I want to start.
But let's say, for argument's sake, you start this business where you're going to make videos. What is it that you're going to buy that you can write off? That is gonna-
Camera, because I can upgrade my camera and take videos and things. Like I was almost gonna get a GoPro for my vacation. But I didn't want.
I have a GoPro. You can borrow it from.
I didn't want to borrow somebody's because I don't
never
know
use
what's
it.
going to
I'm-
happen.
I have a GoPro too. I barely use.
My
never-
issue is I can't guarantee that one of my friends or me myself like is going to break it, and I don't want to borrow
Yeah.
somebody's GoPro. That's why we were
feel you.
all gonna chip in and get one, and just never happened. But I was thinking about like
Well, you
fuck
haven't,
it.
you haven't left yet.
Well, yeah, we still
Yeah,
could.
you have time.
No,
I
we
mean-
still have a couple days.
Probably get one on Amazon. Bring it to you.
But I
tomorrow.
was thinking about fuck it. Maybe I'll just buy my own, and after hopefully we won't break it, and then I'll have it
They're
afterwards.
fun. If you don't have another camera or if you don't have another way to take video, they're fun. I only use mine. I take it in the ocean. I'm always trying. I want to get a video like in like the curl of the waves.
Oh,
So
hell
it's just,
yeah.
It's just like a
That's
built-in
cool.
waterproof
Yeah.
camera. So I'm trying to get like a slow motion video. Like, but
It's a
very
fun camera.
difficult.
So me
It's
and my
not
buddy
very
were doing
useful
everything.
other than stuff like that.
Yeah,
You know.
it's not very like every time I take it, I'm like, this doesn't look great. Like when you compare it to people,
Oh,
are like, oh,
yeah.
it's great, but if you compare it to a good camera, it's really not.
Yeah.
Even compared to like an iPhone now, the iPhones are amazing.
Well, that me and my buddy we do everything on its phone,
You did one thing.
but we've like, done other
Everything.
videos.
all
We've done a lot of other
All 4
photoshopping
minutes
and
of it.
other. He's done
and
plenty.
it's all about lighting. If you light anything well enough, any camera on the market now will look good. It's when it starts to get to low lighting. That's when the
Lighting and like how you block things out and crop and all that.
yeah. So that's fun. Then you right off camera.
That would be the first thing.
Yeah.
Would just be to get that, and then start with a
I
camera.
think
To me, from there, you figure out other things that you may or may not need, and you go from there.
Yeah, but then how do you market yourself? Like, how do you get?
I have a lot of
someone to
people.
hire
I
you.
already have. So I have a video that I'm sending. We're doing a highlight reel for my buddy who's going to college. He needs one for college.
Okay.
so. This is I have a video company idea. So my mother doesn't listen to this, so I can say this. But her birthday's coming up, and it's always like, what do you get? You
Yeah.
get it. So my idea is, since I have all this equipment set up, and actually I was listening to Tupac's "Dear Mama," and I always emotional during listening to that. Like I cry.
Did you ever watch the show, the series about his mother and that just
No.
came out on Netflix? Whatever. Go-
There is nothing playing.
Yeah, thanks, Siri. Take a time out. So I was like, oh, this is it's so great. You can write a song for your mother. How touching is that? I'm like, I wish I had a musical bit. I'm like, but I can podcast. So me and my sisters are gonna sit around and do like a little mini podcast about my mother, talking about
great
my mother,
idea.
talking about things we love about her. Almost kind of like it's kind of like a little bit dark, but memorializing her. Like it's always
That
like
she
you go
can
to
see
somebody's
it.
funeral and it's like
And they can
everybody
never
says a bunch
hear
of
it.
stuff that I love this person, I love this person, this about this person, and they don't hear it. So why don't we make videos for people, like make videos for your loved ones that you can present to them to be like, this is what I would say at your funeral, but I want you to hear it. I want
Yeah.
you to say
Dude, that's a really good idea.
They have living. I forget what they're called. There's like a word for it. But
Living funeral?
It's a living
Yeah.
funeral where people they do
you
shit
actually,
like
but
that.
you actually make a funeral.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like
Yeah.
a wake,
So this would
and
just
you're
be-
there. And
I
that-
Yeah,
there
see,
was an
that's, like,
article.
who kind of wants that though? You know, like someone.
That's a little too dark.
That's
It's
a
some
like,
lot.
people, I think, I could be a little
That's
off
like a
on this, but I
self-absorbed
think it's
person.
no. I think it's more for people who are sick and know they're dying.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
that
And
makes
it's a way
sense.
for them to have a ceremony before.
That's nice.
And
They
it's like
go,
a party they could see everyone.
but
they know.
they're still able to see people. I mean, that's
Yeah.
So I had this, and then coupling with an idea that so you have all these like the grandparents and the older generation in your family. They have all these stories, and they kind of just disappear with time. Have the elder people on interview them, tell them about the stories of their life, and then you have a video record of
all that.
of like.
That's like a family.
You can say like, "Oh, listen, I'll interview them."
You could pass that down, for
That's
Yeah,
a
videos-
great.
That's like a
videos are
family
great.
heirloom.
Videos-
Like,
it
it's
kinda
something that
is,
can just
yeah.
go and it's
Yeah.
the story of the family.
Like, I could
how many
interview them
times
and
do you
cut
hear,
me out.
I wish I had talked to my grandpa more while he was alive or something
Yeah,
like that.
or these
Yeah.
stories that are
Yeah,
just
the-
gone.
The stories are gone. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're. It's
This was Cheryl had this idea, and she interviewed her grandmother, and she asked her, it was like 100 questions to ask your parents before they die. So she ran down the list of questions, she videotaped it, and my idea was like I was going to this was 10 years ago, so she had all this footage of her, and I'm like I wanted to put together a little package of it, but it's overwhelming, so I just took everything and put it on YouTube because I'm like I had it all on my hard drive. I'm like if I die, like all this footage, like Cheryl doesn't know how to access any of that stuff. She would be like it was just all gone. So I just put it all on YouTube, like in a private video, and I sent her a link to like this is everything, so you can just watch
This
your
is a
grandmother,
genius idea.
like and all the stories that she told are just there,
I really think this is a genius idea.
That is
think
a great
so.
idea, man. My friend did a podcast with his daughter. Like I think she was 8 or something like that.
Yeah.
And he did a podcast with her, and they just had like a discussion for like an hour. And
How, like,
he plans
once a
on
week.
doing one like every year.
So
That's good,
So
too.
there was a short documentary nominated for Best Picture this year. How do you measure a year? Yeah, is that the line from Rent?
Yeah.
525,000.
How do you- yeah.
How do you measure?
How do you
so
measure?
the name of the movie was How Do You Measure a Year, and it was a guy just interviewed his daughter every year until she was 18 or 21, whatever. it
I've
was.
seen things. I think I might have seen
and
that.
it got it wasn't much. Like the first video was 20 years ago, so it wasn't great footage. It was just like a 1-year-old, and like there was just she couldn't even talk. It was footage. Maybe it started when she was 2. I don't know.
Right.
But yeah,
We
it was
see
just
the
every day.
video quality get
just like-
better.
yeah,
Her starting to
Everything
talk.
get-
by the way, slightly, not much better.
Not much.
He wasn't like, oh, this is becoming something. I should
Yeah.
invest in this. He was still just
He's
like,
just doing it.
yeah.
By the way, I love the soundtrack to Rent. Just gonna throw it out.
You don't love
Right.
the soundtrack. You like one song.
No.
you-
No. I don't even like the main song.
Are you a musical guy?
I feel like B could. Be
I
this
like
guy.
some musical.
Look how he's sitting. Of course. he's a
Yeah,
musical.
look at him. He perked up a little bit too.
It's just comfortable
How about
for
the
me.
socks?
Thanks.
Yeah, he's definitely a musical guy.
He always adds a little color to the socks.
Yeah, there's something
I
going
do,
on
by
with
the way.
those, huh?
Mix
One for
match.
both sides.
Oh,
How you
yeah.
doing?
Yeah.
Tie dye.
Yeah.
Each
Tie
side.
dye, but not the
Let's
same
let's
tie.
see, that's on camera. Let's see. Let the viewers see a little bit of that. There you go.
Jesus,
there.
my legs. Here's the other one.
Jesus
That's just,
Christ.
we
like
just saw
that,
the bottom
dude?
of your show, but that's good.
Yeah.
enough.
Oh.
Thank you.
Yeah,
It's
good
blue,
job,
ladies
Big.
and gentlemen. Imagine a blue
Well,
sock.
it's blue, purple, and white, and we got a different color. I digress.
yeah.
I like the Rent soundtrack.
All right.
You got me.
I would
Tough.
love
He just pulled a hamstring for that.
Yeah,
to
I
like
did.
musicals more. I just can't.
Ah,
Can I tell you-
I'm allergic to musicals.
There's a couple musicals that I could tolerate and I kind of like, but I even like, I can't do it either. I like a dialogue. I don't need to sing it. You don't need to sing it.
yeah.
I don't mind a song here and there. I just can't deal with like.
yeah, but sometimes the dialogue is good in song. Like there's this song. There's this song called "Take Me, Baby, or Leave Me."
This is Rent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
I never saw Rent.
oh man, and
It's
it's
actually
I
really-
like the better version from Team America World Police called Lease. That's better than Rent.
That sounds
what's
funny
that?
already.
I don't know.
Everyone has AIDS.
Oh,
They're singing that.
It's good. But the premise of the Rent is that these people are living in this place for free, and they are mad that they have to stop paying rent.
listen,
Everybody has to do.
And then
this.
they all die in AIDS.
Well,
I don't know if they all
it's
died
very
of
AIDS
AIDS, but-
heavy.
No, how many of them
Rent,
die
Rent
from
is
AIDS?
AIDS heavy? Really?
Well, there's
No,
another one of
the
my.
guy who wrote it died of AIDS before it was like became
Right.
huge. I don't.
I mean,
think-
I'm not
think
trying to
that's-
bash them, but
Before
I'm
it was big. This guy was in.
I think
early
like
on
it
AIDS.
was.
Well, that was
I think
what
I think
they-
they were in the middle of mounting it, as they say.
I
and
saw
it
the
died.
original Rent on Broadway.
Yeah, me too. That's the only musical I think.
They
about.
Yeah.
the guy that created it, they just made a movie about him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
What's it called?
It was big. It was big. I forget the.
I
that's
didn't.
Tom-
I'm
you
putting
wouldn't-
two and
That's
two
Tom,
together.
that's Tom Hanks. That's a different
No.
movie.
There's also another song in the Rosario Dawson version. I'm a big fan of Rosario
I
Dawson.
love Rosario Dawson.
She plays it's called Light My Candle, and I think that's a tremendous song.
Yeah.
And it's about a woman not trying to light a candle, but she was a drug addict pretty much.
Mm-hmm. And she was trying to light that candle.
Right.
She was also a stripper.
It's a real wholesome
I mean,
song.
Like, I think
sorta-
I know you, and this cat
And she
scratch
died of
club.
AIDS.
Naturally.
Maybe it wasn't AIDS.
Half
I don't
half
know.
the characters die of AIDS.
I don't know. If
I
it's
know
true.
at the end of the
I
movie
don't know
they
that
go
it's
to
not true.
Santa
I just
Fe.
know. I just
Well,
don't know.
that's
if
where
I-
you would go to die from
Yeah,
AIDS,
I guess
right? I mean, I think that's-
To be honest, I don't know the movie all that well. I kind of blanked
seems
out.
He
like you
loves
kinda
the musical,
don't.
though.
I like the
because
dude.
he likes the dialogue, but has no clue what's going on.
Yeah.
You ever just sing in your car out loud?
all the time.
I always
So
sing.
there's some Rent songs that I'm always like, Jesus, if anybody really knew, I'm driving a goddamn truck down the I-95 singing.
So,
Show
are you on camera when you drive your truck? Do you have any cameras in your truck?
No,
I'm
thank
thank
God.
God.
Oh,
So
thank
I am. I'm on camera all day. There's a
no.
camera in my
Oh,
truck. It doesn't
Christ.
record me all day, but if I slam on the brakes or if I hit something or if if there's some type of incident, it registers and then it records 7 seconds before the incident and 7 seconds after the incident. So there's times where I'm like doing shit in the truck and like I realize I'm on camera and then I have to drive so safe for 7 seconds to make sure that it doesn't record the
Oh
thing that I
my
did.
God,
Yeah.
I don't like that.
So yeah, I was listening to Hey Mama. I started crying. I'm driving like a truck, and
Yeah.
I'm crying listening to Hey Mama because I always have. And I'm like if I slam on my brakes and like
They're gonna see
they're
me
gonna
crying.
yeah, my boss is gonna be like, hey, you're not in trouble, but are you okay?
Yeah.
I'm like, is everything all right? Is everything all right?
Yeah, you start crying, even though you was a crack fiend, mama.
Yeah.
He was
Yo,
a black
black
queen,
queen.
mama. And
singing-
you're like, ah,
I
catch me.
always told my mom, I'm like, Mom, if I ever get married and you have to dance, I said, I promise you, that's the song I'm picking. Like,
Hilarious.
it doesn't even matter what
Yeah,
you say.
I told myself that too, but it wasn't. I did
I'm
I
doing
did
it.
Boys to Men.
Dear, song for Mama.
Yeah, I think that's
My brother did that.
A lot of good mama songs. Not a lot.
I just
of good
think
Not
that's
too many
the one
songs.
for me. That's like, because Tupac was my favorite. That's
was a
it.
good one.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Mom.
Now you got to get married.
You never know.
Nobody makes a song for daddy.
Because Daddy's never there. Papa was a Rolling Stone, bro.
my biological didn't bother.
So this is what the problem is.
That's
I'm too
Shaq.
young for all of these
Ah,
references.
yeah.
You ever hear that song? A Shaq song?
That was his Shaq song?
Shaq
Shaq
wrote
Fu.
Shaq had
Fu.
music.
Oh, he used
Yeah,
to be a rapper.
Shaq
Yeah.
Fu.
Fu, man.
Shaq Fu.
He wasn't terrible. Like,
He wasn't terrible.
Yeah,
The
it wasn't
problem
great,
is
but
he's
he wasn't
7'10" and
yeah,
was
and that
hanging out with
voice.
the Fushnickers.
Yeah.
I'm a true Fushnicker.
Which they were good too.
They
like,
weren't
yeah.
bad.
That's interesting.
He's got
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
probably a few albums.
I think
He's a
he actually
fun guy, I
just
feel
recorded a
like.
new song.
I
Did
bought
he?
a tape.
yeah.
Everybody did.
Yeah,
I mean,
he seems like a super fun guy, right?
He seems like a fun guy.
He
Yeah.
does.
Shaq, that's why he's a likable no matter what. His movie choices were awful, but seems like a fun guy for sure.
Yeah.
Blue
Yeah.
Chips. Blue Chips was good.
He's always
I thought
showing
Blue
up
Chips
doing
was great.
something
He's the only
cool,
one because he
though.
played a
What?
basketball
He's always
player.
showing up doing something
Was he
cool,
kids-
like
Yeah.
playing with kids in the pool.
Home
or something
Depot
like
just
that.
handing out, buying
Yeah.
people stuff.
Just being-
Oh
Shaq.
yeah, he's supposed to be, and apparently he was good with his kids, like but he made his kids like he didn't just give his kids shit. Like there's been stories about how
Oh, he made them like good people.
yeah, like he made them earn things that like he doesn't give them just shit for
That's good.
being his kids.
You kind of have to do
I
in
think
those
you probably do,
situations.
right?
Well, to an extent, but I think I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have the full story in front of me here to quote it, but
So I'm more interested. Like this guy is like, oh, I live in Serbia, and I'm like, and
I know.
I'm like, Shaq is cool.
I know.
Like I feel like
No, but
that's
Shaq is cool.
Yeah,
Typical adult baby.
those two things are true, but like
Yeah.
we have you here for a while, so I would like, what is life? What's life like there?
It's different. I mean, it's really different.
Yeah.
It's first of all, I don't have a car, so like I walk everywhere because I live.
Do a lot of people not have cars there?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say most people in the city I live in don't have a car. You walk everywhere. There's good public transit. It's densely populated.
Yeah,
Not everywhere, but like where I live,
in the city. Yeah,
is there a lot of homeless?
there's no home. Well, there's like a couple.
So but there's no like bums like there is in the city.
No,
right?
there's like 2-3 dudes, and they don't bother you really.
Look at that.
Yeah.
One
one of them's actually a really nice guy.
In a while.
You got no Serbian bums?
yeah.
Yeah, Bums is kind of outdated, huh? That's
Is that not PC?
I don't know if it's on. Yeah, I just
Unhoused.
haven't heard it. Yeah,
It's not. Yeah, you don't hear it.
I think unhoused is the
unhoused. I think
It's
like-
unhoused.
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't say that.
People without
I
homes.
think homeless is fine.
Homeless should be.
I mean,
fine.
homeless is pretty
Yeah, that's-
descriptive and not.
Yeah.
I don't think it's demeaning. You're homeless.
Well, they find it. All right, this is offensive, but then they just change. It's the same. All right,
You're saying the same thing.
homeless,
Yeah.
unhoused. It's the same
Yeah.
damn thing,
same
just
thing.
a different wording.
Right.
You're a bum.
Yeah, you're
It's
a bum.
just all about.
That's completely different.
It's
wording.
all
Something
about.
about bum is very
easy.
aggressive, though. That's
Yeah.
like you can say bum. Like,
This
and
reminds me of Pulp Fiction. He goes when he wants to just walk the earth, and he goes, "If you don't have no place of residence, no income, you're just gonna be a fucking bum." Or
Yeah.
something along those lines. When Travolta tells
and of
Samuel
course,
Jackson,
Quentin Tarantino is not known for having any questionable dialogue. Or
Yeah.
using any offensive words. If it's in a Quentin Tarantino movie, it must be fine to say.
probably okay.
Yeah.
"Back to you, Chris."
Yeah, so we're talking about bums. We don't have bums,
So there's no bums.
really. Just a couple.
I have no frame of reference for that part of the world. Like I'm just really, I feel I'm the embarrassing American who has
Throw in
is-
like Eastern Europe, like a Russian kind of thing, but mix that with Greece. Then that's sort of what you get
Okay.
in Serbia. Like,
That's a
if
good-
you can- if you
it's
can
paints-
think about
that paints
mixing
me a good
those two
picture.
cultures, that's what it's like. The food is super meat heavy. It's not expensive, especially compared to here. Like, it's,
Yeah,
it's
he's flipping out about the
super-
prices everywhere.
So you,
well, I feel like it doubled since I was here last.
Oh, it's not good.
But
did
yeah,
you move there with the job you had now? Are you able to work?
this is my company. I do
So
whatever I want.
you
he's got an LLC.
yeah
Yeah,
I
but
got an
so-
LLC. I got 2 LLCs.
you do like you, but you work with American based companies
Most of
mostly.
my clients are American. I started branching out into Europe because I'm concerned about the dollar.
Yeah, as you
Because
should be.
I've lost my rent increased $50 in the past month because of the dollar's strength. So
So, but that's great. So you're making, if it's so cheap there, you're making American and European money.
Yeah,
in
in-
Serbia.
in a not so expensive place.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's the
It's the
dream.
move,
that's,
man.
That's
Yeah.
where, that's
If you,
what's
can,
the
the
if you
move.
can do it, like if you don't have any responsibility, go do something.
Yeah,
you don't have
that's
to go
why-
to Serbia.
that's
Go,
why
like,
you-
I have friends that live in Thailand and shit doing the same thing, and
Yeah.
it's much nicer weather.
Gotta be honest. Just saw a TikTok about Thailand and one street they walk down, which is like heavily prostituted. But and I became interested.
You think? You think? I was listening to some podcast, or maybe, yeah, I think it was a podcast where they have like these places in Thailand that you go into, and like these tour buses stop there, and like the whole family gets off the bus, and they have like a lounge. It's like a hotel lobby lounge, right? And like everyone sits down and has a drink, but the dad of the family like goes up and gets a hooker, and then comes back down.
Daddy got to get a massage.
Yeah.
Stay right there, kids.
Daddy's got
Daddy
something
gotta
to
relax
do,
for a
man.
little bit.
And this is like a known, like a very popular thing to do.
What a,
But those
Thailand.
are
what a
but those are
world.
tourists coming in though. So
No,
it's
dude,
not
the
even,
buses pull up to the place, and like you.
Yeah, but the buses of families
Are they
No,
locals?
like yeah, tourist buses, like
Yeah, so where are
You
these
get
people
on a-
coming from? Like they're coming from a culture where it's like, oh, daddy wants to get a prostitute. And we're
Yeah,
gonna
they're
go.
not coming from Connecticut.
No, we're
they're
gonna
not
get
coming
chicken
from
fingers.
Connecticut, man. But you could do it if you wanted to. I'm saying.
Yeah, so it's
I mean,
not,
you could
it's
always
not,
fuck a
that's,
prostitute
so that's
if
not
you
like
wanted to.
Yeah, you just
But
ask.
But it's
happening
crazy
in-
that
it's
that
happen-
exists. Is
Yeah,
what I'm
no,
trying
yeah,
to
it's
say.
crazy,
Like,
yeah,
the fact that
yeah.
like people go to
Right.
Thailand to do that. With
But it's
their
like to me,
family.
like that's not a thing that's shocking about Thailand because it's just happening in Thailand, but it's a culture from somewhere
More
else
shocking about
that's
the people
coming
doing
there.
it.
there. Yeah,
Thailand is like a perv fucking heaven.
Well, I hear that the problem with it is there's a lot of underage.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
People
No,
go
what
to
I heard here-
Thailand
the
for
issue.
What?
Is that like I didn't?
I think that's the issue about like that's
Oh.
when people hear like, oh, we went to Thailand. I'm like that's not like go because you go to Amsterdam and people don't raise an eye, like, hey, you get a prostitute, but
Yeah.
it's all up and up and the
It's
up and up.
Thailand's
very
all,
up and up.
it's
Vegas.
a lot of young boys and girls. It's young
Right, but I think
kids.
Thailand's
That's
always like,
right.
we go to Thailand. But
yeah.
this video I saw was all like it were grown women on the side of the street. Like,
Oh,
I'm not,
yeah.
I,
Well,
so
there's
I
that
got
too.
They filmed it there.
And yeah,
They were
right.
at least
I'm just
18.
realizing that I said I saw a video about prostitutes in Thailand, and I was like, I was interested. And then
Yeah.
I said, oh, then they're all underage. kids.
he personally ID'd all
You
the
have the
people on
ability
the
to
street.
clip that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, two separate things.
That's,
But maybe Amsterdam. Maybe so. I feel like I want to get a prostitute. I've never,
You want to get one.
on the up and up.
See, on the way here, Chick was telling me about how I don't go after, I think he used the term pigs. Was that what it was?
No, it was worse than pigs.
No,
I think.
what was it?
it?
I don't know.
Usually trash bags.
Trash. It was trash.
trash.
It was trash.
He was referring to women.
No, and he gave some sage advice. He's
He
like,
did.
you gotta treat a trash bag like a trash bag. Take it out.
And yeah, take it out to the trash.
It sounds so much worse. I'm just saying.
As long as you understand,
You
people
said
could say
it,
the
I don't
same about you. Not that you're trash, but about everybody. Like you
Oh,
treat
yeah,
everybody
yeah.
like
Yes.
Yeah.
like everybody.
Listen, somebody's treasure, somebody's trash is
He can't
another
even
one's
say it.
fucking treasure.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, probably.
But
Maybe
what
though.
I'm saying, what my point was, is there's certain things that are there to have fun with, and I said I don't want to say
certain
exploit.
things or people.
But you actually used the word exploit.
No, I
Because
stopped
when you got a
myself.
trash bag in your life,
I said I don't want to say exploit.
you exploit them like the trash bag that they are.
I want this podcast. I want the Ride Over podcast.
Oh,
is
dude,
what I
the-
want.
the
Oh, dude,
ride
that
over-
could have been a podcast.
That's it. Always is.
Yeah.
You know,
that would be so funny.
That's the
I mean,
Patreon.
I
We got to
just
just start putting mics on
that
me.
should be a Patreon. You guys should do a Patreon.
I obsess about adding more and more production, like more different ideas.
let's do
So
it.
I'm like, I'm gonna
Here's
send you
the
guys
thing,
home with
it's like
lava
we
layer.
talked about shit like this, but he's like, I'm lazy. He's not lazy, dude. You should-
I wish I had more time because I really.
I told you
enjoy
I'd help
doing
you out
stuff.
with anything I can.
I know.
Yeah, but
he
it's-
says that
it's the
though,
computer
and then he
stuff, though.
tries
Yeah.
to
Unless
clip
you know-
something, and it's a disaster.
Yeah, a couple weeks ago, I made him just something to post, an image to post for.
I still stand by with what I did
for
with it.
Instagram, and I left him some spaces to put the
oh,
name of the
that was
number.
insane.
I couldn't fit it any other way. The space he made.
Of course you
B,
could.
You
You
don't do
could've.
any of it, so you don't have any
Yeah,
clue
but-
what
yeah,
you're
but if
talking
I
about.
did
as
it-
somebody who I saw
understand,
the
but
exact spot to put it.
But what
and-
I had, you could only, like, if you make
No,
it
you're
certain size-
absolutely wrong. If I did it, I would have put it right, and you can make that smaller. It doesn't.
I probably could have done
Yeah,
it too.
you could have made it
Yeah.
smaller.
So I put like
It's useless.
My photoshopping is usually pretty fucking good.
but it
first
wasn't
off.
Photoshop.
The problem is his help.
that's
He
the
means
same
well, but
thing.
his help actually creates more work for you.
Yeah, so I told
it is true.
I told him next week. I said, I'm just sending you the image fully baked with the letters. All the stuff is fully.
And then a week later, he's like,
5
"Let me just
extra
get the password to Instagram, and now I don't have to send you anything.
Yeah.
and I can just go right to it." I like because I don't want to like our. See, my thing is, Chris just left us for his own thing. Taylor burnt himself out. We're trying to keep you. So
but
I'm trying to help.
I truly, but like
You
you
seem
said, like
to enjoy this.
Sometimes it's easier just to do something yourself.
And I agree
I'm,
with you.
And I'm really kind of picky about some things. Like if I like aesthetically, I like a certain aesthetic, and I want it to be. I want to see it out fully. So,
Yeah, dude, I was
Yeah.
saying earlier, like B and I met up before this. You're great. You're doing a great job.
thank
I
you.
saw the
It's fantastic.
baseball episode. That was awesome.
Thanks.
We did
Yeah.
something similar, but it came out horrible.
Yeah.
So like,
Yeah,
you
it was a
really
different
That was.
thing.
I think I
crushing
just
it.
lucked out. Like
the
I,
reels that you're making, like you got a great layout thing going on.
Yeah, I wonder about it all the
This
time
is
I don't
crazy.
because I
Like,
don't
this
see
is-
any other people doing reels where it's like I like to frame it so you can see at least two people
Yeah,
at
like
once.
a
Dude,
two-shot
we're gonna
going on,
take
yeah.
So-
off.
No,
We're
I
just
think
gotta
that's
keep
A lot of
on
people just like
plugging.
they show who's talking, but sometimes I like to see who's reacting to the person who's talking. So I don't know.
Everybody that I've talked to about it has been loves what we're doing. We're finding it's gonna matter.
I mean, you've like 10x to the game. Of
We
this
just
show.
went
Yeah.
viral.
Like-
We're gonna.
Thank you, I
It's only the
appreciate it.
beginning, and it's because
Everything
of you.
takes
Right.
time.
But the thing is, we need
Yeah.
to keep you in line. So I'm just trying to be like,
In line?
not in
Yeah.
line.
Dude, he's gonna quit this episode.
Yeah.
if
No,
you
I'm
talk about-
trying-
The
I'm
thing
trying
is,
to-
we
we're
got to
trying to keep
exploit
you
you like the
with
trash
us.
bag that you are.
I'm so committed. I went
Look
and
at him. Every week there's more shit.
That's
Yeah,
why
this
I'm
was
like,
something-
I'm
this was-
start giving him money. I'm like, we got to
I'm
start
looking
doing
at
something.
$20,000 worth of equipment right now.
That's what I said. I've given him maybe $100.
Just don't give out the
I've
address.
given you nothing yet, so
So
you'll
give
get
out-
money from me
Yeah.
eventually.
I was actually
when I
going to
get a loan.
so years ago I did what they call
Such a dick.
I think it's called a top down photo, whatever. But I don't know. You put a bunch of stuff in one shot. You take a photo of it. So I did all my camera equipment in one shot, so you can see like everything that I have. But I did it like 5 years ago. I've expanded. I want to show all my equipment in one shot, my laptops and iPads and cameras, and then then get robbed because
Yeah,
you
that's
can't.
true.
He's
We should
like,
have
all you gotta do is follow me.
inventory of it all.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, a bum will be trying to come through the.
But I actually had an idea.
Yeah.
Now that this is up, we could do like a green screen. Have somebody like do a fake comedy club and have somebody stand up here, and we'll have a mic.
That's great.
I always
And we
wanted
could
to
do-
do a
That's a segment,
podcast.
man.
I said
That's-
that we could start saying that we're doing remote. Remember we were going to do that with Taylor when we got
yeah.
the green.
Well, Taylor got a green screen, and
we just
I-
never did anything.
We can have like a whole different person over here doing shit in front of a green screen. You know
like
what I mean?
a weather person. Like
Whatever,
let's go over
whatever
to
we want,
whoever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make that like a segment.
I also want to do that and like maybe do an episode that's like we're from space.
What if we?
That's
By the
weed,
way.
by the way. That's
I'm
Him just-
joking. I'm just saying.
him just saying that when you were talking about aesthetics,
Yeah.
he has zero like he doesn't
No.
he doesn't see that stuff. I love you, chick, but you don't.
I don't see what.
Like the aesthetically pleasing way of doing stuff.
That's absolutely wrong.
Well,
but that's okay.
there's a chaos going on.
It's all it's
There's been plenty of things that I've gotten hats off for things that I've done photos. B will never give me credit for anything, and it's okay. I don't expect him to ever be like, "Oh, chick, that was awesome."
it's never awesome. It's always okay.
One I gotta say is Big T.
You know what it is?
When I
It's probably-
photoshopped him everywhere, that was pristine fucking work.
maybe
Holy
it's not awesome.
shit.
Maybe
And
it's
there's
like
been a lot of
surprising.
other-
Hold
wow,
on.
I'm shocked you could do that.
He's talking about something. He photoshopped one of our friends like falling asleep.
No, I didn't do that. Well, my buddy fell asleep on a fucking sink, and it was just a very funny picture.
Okay.
I cropped him out of the whole background, and then I started putting him. I put him going down a slide. I put him on George Washington crossing the Delaware.
It was funny for a week. And
No,
then,
actually, people. B doesn't. Again, B shits on everything I do, but other people find that I still get texts like, "Yo, you have any of those?" Like they want to see them still.
Yeah.
10 years later,
Yes, people. I
Stop
got
it.
asked in a group chat like, "Yo, send those around." So I had to
That
dig up a
definitely
few.
didn't happen.
That's one, and this is what I deal with.
you
Ryan.
got to pull up the
It doesn't
evidence.
matter.
Oh,
I
dude,
will.
there's no
I-
way 10 years later they're like, remember that meme you made?
Ryan, he literally made a meme 10 years
It's not
ago.
a meme. I'm not even saying just that was one example. I've done thousands of things, and I send them to most people. B gives thousands.
Name another one.
I'm done with you.
Oh, God.
It's all right. So I don't expect.
You bring a
anything
great
from
energy
him.
into this. You got to move back. This is great.
Yeah.
We don't. I don't expect anything
Can't
from
wait.
you and Chris. You guys. That's what you guys do.
We're back to bullying him.
I get
Well,
bullied.
it's an easy target. I mean, you gotta-
No, he is.
Exactly. I'm an easy target, and I go with it. So it just happens more.
But you know what you are?
The best and unique.
You're the best. You're chick.
And I went viral this week.
Yeah, you're the real
you.
article.
Yeah, we need more pictures of you doing things. So I'm going to put you all in the Olympics.
Dude, that Olympic thing, I'm already thinking about. This
Yeah.
weekend, I'm hoping that's the other reason why I wanted the GoPro is like I could have a fun time in Jamaica, like chick in Jamaica, and just GoPro on myself
it.
doing a lot of dumb. Everything's funnier because I'm fat.
Yeah.
So it's just like, fucking let's go, exploit me.
My brain doesn't work that fast. You
Yeah.
said chicken Jamaica, and I thought like chicken jerk
Jerk.
jerk chicken jerk chicken Jamaica. Yeah, definitely get footage of yourself there because we.
That's
can,
my goal.
Get
Yeah,
as much as you can.
I will. And I have no problem sending it out too.
Take
That's
a
why I don't
picture of the
care.
prostitute that you get also. Just
Oh,
so
that's not happening.
No,
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
This
Jamaica,
guy's, he's
I
got
wouldn't do that in
somebody.
Jamaica. I want to go somewhere reputable for my prostitute. Yeah.
what, you don't trust Jamaica?
I just don't think the government is set up for it. You know what I mean?
You got to have the government involved.
I need
There
the
should be
government
government involvement. Yeah.
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 I guess.
That's the only thing I would say that about, by the
Should
way.
be like testing.
Yeah. No, I'm not a libertarian by any means. I didn't mean to say that.
You don't have to worry about testing, like he says, as much. I feel like, because those are the girls who are probably usually checking themselves more than the filthy bags that you're meeting at a bar.
Filthy bags.
Oh yeah, that's probably
Filthy.
true.
It's always filthy.
Like, it's
bag.
the girls that don't
Yeah.
think that they're doing it, and they're really out there every weekend doing it,
Right,
and they're
they're-
not getting
they're
checked.
whoring around, but-
the girl who knows she's like a slutting it around and has to get checked tends to get checked.
Yeah, well, they're also not just slutting it around as a job.
Well, yeah, it's their job. They're usually pickier, so I would imagine they're probably.
Have you been turned down by a prostitute?
No, I'm
Oh,
not even
okay,
saying.
'cause
No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, in certain experiences, they tend to be more like.
Right.
Listen, I'm a feminist. So when you say slutting around, what does that mean?
I don't even mean it in a bad way. I just mean a girl's going out every week and taking.
You
home
and a
other
girl
guys.
doing yeah.
What
Like,
guys
taking
do.
it up the specific.
Well, guys,
That's-
do, yeah, I'm not
yeah.
saying anything
Yeah.
guys do
Guys
are
can be
is any
sluts.
better.
Guys and
are
girls are
slutting
both
around too.
slutting
They're all
around.
the
All
same.
So I agree. I just don't.
And I don't even think there's anything wrong with it. If you talk to me, like people are like, oh, this girl's been with this many. I don't care. Like, I don't care about someone's past.
Have fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Have fun.
My point is, they're the ones you have to worry about more because they're not people who are out doing it at bars aren't getting tested as much as someone who's doing it for work
I feel
daily.
you.
Yeah, that's probably
And
true.
I'd probably say that's a very
That's
safe
probably
bet.
probably accurate.
You don't think they go to the doctor?
I'm not saying that they don't, but I think a lot of people are
if
nervous
there's no,
to get
like,
checked.
symptom or something like
Yeah,
that.
without
you
symptoms,
just-
a lot of people
yeah.
are nervous. They don't get checked. And I know people who, like, I haven't been to the doctor in how many years.
Yeah, but women go to that doctor down there. What is it called? The gynecologist.
Everybody
right?
slacks
down
on.
there.
You talking about a gynecologist?
Yeah.
Women like do that a lot, right?
Gotta go to the vagina doctor.
They don't wait till they feel something down there.
I don't know. I mean, do you think every girl's on top of their doctors? I think they're just
No,
like
but I
men
guess
sometimes.
like maybe you have like a yearly appointment, but a lot can happen in a year.
and not every
Yeah.
appointment. Like, does your doctor, when they give you an appointment, you have to ask for an STD test? They don't just. It's not part of the
That's true. That's
the
true.
checkup.
Yeah,
But
the
I-
gynecologist says they don't check. They don't just.
They're not
automatically
just
check for
checking
it.
that
Yeah,
unless
I
you're
guess
asking.
you're right. I
And
guess
if you
you're
have
right.
no symptoms or you're too scared to admit to your doctor that you maybe did something you don't like people, don't ask.
You're too
that's a
afraid to
fair
admit
point.
you're a filth bag to your doctor.
Yeah.
Well, I use filth
Hi,
bag,
doctor.
whatever. I don't even mean
I'm
it
a
that
filth
bad.
bag. That's
gotta-
what chick does when he goes to the doctor.
I've been slutting around being a filth bag.
No, every time I go to the doctor, I get them. Even if I haven't had sex, I'm just like,
Yeah,
fucking
that's
let's
kinda
round
crazy.
it up. To me,
funny,
it's just
'cause
another
like
blood test. Just get them done. I'm getting my insurance pays for it. They're fucking paying for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you, I go to CDMD sometimes. Like that's where I would go to get my.
Well, yeah. If I ever had a night where I was worried, yeah, I would go right there. But like I'm talking about on my
the
daily
night that I
checkup.
was worried.
Like if you had a night when you were like, oh, this one I should get checked.
That's
Yeah.
funny. Have you had that?
No, but I'm just saying if I did, that's why I would go to City MD.
As he's driving home with her, he's like, "I gotta. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get
Well,
tested.
we gotta make a
I'm
quick
gonna
pit
do
stop.
it. I'm gonna
I'm
do
gonna
this.
do this,
but I'm gonna get
I'm
checked.
going
out.
to City
Yeah.
MD
I gotta make an
tomorrow.
appointment 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Oh fuck me.
Jeez.
No, thank you.
Yeah. No, I don't want to make an appointment tomorrow. Oh God.
That's funny. I was getting a lap dance once, and the lady dancing for me said, and I quote, "I could pull my shit to the side, and we could do it right here if you want."
Oh.
And I thought, I'm good. Like,
That's a hard pass, man.
the fact that you're even offering this makes me feel like I'm not. This
Yeah,
is-
yeah.
That's the ones you gotta. The reckless ones are the ones you gotta worry
Those
about.
are the people. I don't think it's random people at a bar. Maybe if
No,
you
She
I
wasn't
mean, you
like. She
never
wasn't
know,
like. Do you have
Listen,
protection?
I'm not saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying every girl that has sex in one night is someone who needs to get tested. I mean, people should be getting tested, but
probably the
what I'm
healthy
saying
thing to
is
do,
people
right?
get tested less than you think they do.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
why STDs run rampant because people don't get tested.
You're right. You're right about that. You're right.
Like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it all. I also like to
But
get it
that's the-
because
That
if
one
anybody
you,
ever
yeah,
asks,
you made the right call on that
Yeah, I
one.
know.
man. Was it local too?
Yeah, it was at a place that didn't serve alcohol, so they
So
can
it's
be
like a
bottomless.
You bring your
County
own.
strip
Oh yeah.
They can be bottomless as well,
Yeah.
but they wouldn't be bottomless during the lap dances. I guess is how that works.
yeah, no,
because-
yeah, because
Yeah, you can't do that, and you don't want that either.
No, I wouldn't want that.
Really?
They would be bottomless
I
on
guess
stage.
you would. I don't know.
See, that's your issue.
don't
That's
know,
why I was.
man.
This is my whole
This
point.
was very
of-
early on. A friend of mine took me to this strip club. It was called Cinderella's, but it was spelled S-I-N.
Yeah,
Do you
I've
remember?
heard of that place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was through a video store. You had to walk through like a video store in the back. So
You
shady.
walk through a video store to get to
I
the
was like an
strip club.
adult video store.
Every one of them is like
a-
that.
Yeah, there's a lot like that.
Not every
No,
one.
Not-
well, there's-
okay, I don't mean everyone,
All
but
the
there's a
garbage
lot.
ones are like that.
The
All the
garbage
brothel ones are like that.
You don't gossip is not.
Well,
you
no,
don't
that's
walk
why
through-
I had to
yeah.
check myself. You're right. A lot of the brothels where it's just like you go in there and pick a girl behind a fucking window. It's usually behind
See, I
a
don't-
store.
yeah.
There's
I
a
didn't know
place
that
near
that was
us
a
that
thing.
had
There's a
like,
few. Go down Edison
And I think-
Boulevard
yeah.
and off a New Highway and
Hey,
all
man,
that,
don't
and that's
blow
all
up
it
the
is.
spot.
Yeah.
No, it's just a bunch over there.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh
So
yeah.
my sister used to work at a lot of strip. She's worked at a lot of strip clubs as a bartender. But I would go hang out.
Great place for tips.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
such
She
an
made-
it's
I
such
know a girl that did
crazy,
that.
Killings.
place to be a bartender. I know someone who did that. It's such a weird like
Not if you go to a
situation
nice
to
one.
be in, you know?
If you're a bartender,
like
at
it's
gossip,
kind of
you're
a boss
taking
move.
it up.
To be the bartender.
To be the
at the strip
bartender
club,
at
yeah.
the strip club is
and
kind of a
all the
boss
guys
move.
feel like they want the bartender.
Yeah, they want the
because they feel
bartender.
like I'm actually be able to date her.
Yeah.
like she's
so true.
But meanwhile, you can date the stripper.
Yeah, of course.
That's
you
my
can.
whole thing. Is that's
Yeah.
why I'm telling
why
you. I'm
not?
not even
She's
like
not
a
even
judge.
a trash bag.
But they feel like I think they
Listen,
feel like
I don't think they are. I mean, listen, they're working.
it's intimidating to be like, how many guys want this girl? Like, do I want to date a stripper?
can't
not
be
because
insecure.
not because she's stripping, but like that. Yeah, like if you're
You
slightly
can't be
insecure,
insecure.
You gotta be
I
pretty
would
confident.
be fine with it.
I would.
But
That's why I said
but
I don't
that's
give
why-
a fuck.
But the bartender's like, all right, that's a little more manageable.
Well, yeah.
So I used to hang out at the bar with my sister when she's bartending. You know, and
And everybody also thinks every stripper.
those are two different things. My early days at Cinderella's and then hanging out at the strip clubs was a very
Wait,
different
so,
experience.
I'm sorry,
That's
you don't
kind
have
of fun.
experience.
Hold on, that's a weird. What's that like?
What?
You're at the strip club talking to your sister.
Yeah, with
there's-
yeah. I mean,
But yo,
it's
people
just-
go. There's guys who even go there just to hang out.
just
like
they
it's,
they,
but there's
they
so
want
food may
many
be
bars.
good. What?
There's so many bars. Like why?
Because it's just eye
I
candy.
wouldn't-
It's just
Right.
something, and you're not seen
the-
by
and the-
anybody.
and
But
the
you're not
drinks
hanging
are-
It's a
out with your
discreet
sister either,
place.
you know?
Like nobody's. If you're going to a strip club, let's say you're a guy who maybe has a drinking problem, even
Right.
you're probably less likely to be seen at a strip club than if you're at, your town's major.
And then if you are seen, and it's like people's like, I'm not. Gonna
Nobody
say,
wants to
I'm
say
not gonna
because
say I
they're
saw
there
you 'cause
too.
They're there too. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
But you're not even a drinker, so you were just.
Which is really weird.
But I'm not a drinker. I've been at numerous strip
I
clubs.
know, but like Ryan just hanging out with his sister, working at the bar, not even having a couple of pops. That's just
kind of a weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, you can't wait for like a Sunday barbecue to hang out?
Yeah.
No, it's just,
No,
yeah,
just like the
He wants to
atmosphere.
go
Yeah,
out.
Tipper,
Listen, and you get to
I
see
was.
some
It was.
tits in the
Yeah,
background.
Were you getting a lap dance while your sister was
No,
behind
And
the
he's
bar?
looking over. He's like, hey.
All right.
No, it was like two different very.
You were
I would
just
go to
hanging
strip
out.
clubs and get lap dances, but yeah, I would just like hanging out at the bar. And it was
Some
like
places
a
it's
goof.
just nice. Oh, look at that.
And I would
set
go.
of
I would
tits.
go like with friends and like like we were like a thing. Like, let's go to
Yeah,
a strip
like I
club
mean,
and hang out.
you
And
guys
it's
are making
fun.
it's
And
a guy
like-
a fun night for guys.
Yeah.
No,
to
I
me,
can-
that you're
I'm
having to
asking-
explain yourself about it to this fucking weirdo is why.
Because I've been the guy who goes to a strip club alone and is like, I had a mentally not in the right place, and I'm just like, I need somebody. I need to see a naked woman. I need attention, even if I'm paying for it. And then, but
been there, bro.
so there's that aspect of a strip club, but there's also like, hey, we're having fun, and there's like boobs around. Hey, this is great. And it's not a big deal.
I
Like,
am
there's
not-
just women who are like,
It's not a big
there's
deal.
boobs
I am
around.
not a
Like,
strip club guy, and because I always feel weird
That's
around
you.
these women. Yes, I'm explaining me. Sorry.
But you don't judge him like, why are you there? Like,
Well,
so I had a
Yeah,
my
yeah.
bachelor
Some of us like
party.
fun.
My bachelor party was wild. It was not the best.
What'd you do?
They got a stripper to come to a hotel room, but it was like a circus
died.
act.
oh yeah,
those
yeah.
ones get a little bit.
Yeah,
Those
like,
are a lot.
Golf balls out of the vagina, and it's like
Those
a
are
handstands.
That's
and I'm like,
awesome, though.
I'm like, but it's not.
such a
it's
chick
nothing.
thing to
Yeah,
like,
it's
dude.
too much.
It's
That's like
so
a-
much fun.
Yeah, it was.
It's
not,
just fun.
No, and it's like we're in a room of a
man.
bunch of guys. It's just not
something weird about
It was
that.
more like she left. We played poker. That was way more fun than the
Well,
circus.
I
clown
agree with you. They're not.
stripper.
Listen, if I'm going to do that stuff, I'd rather have like one-on-one time. But I will say, I've seen
Yeah,
one of
show
those
me them
things.
golf balls.
But like, it's just fun. You don't take it too serious. I've seen a stripper light a match at a. Well, this is one thing we were all like, oh, whoa. Took out a dude's cock. Took out a guy's cock and lit the match and then put it in his cock hole.
Yeah, that's
Oh, God.
And we were all like, oh. But like, it was fun.
Who's?
I'm not going to blow the person up.
Well,
but it
Someone
happened.
volunteered for that.
This was in front of because it was his birthday and they came to a house party. His family
That's
was
like
there
the
watching
worst
this
birthday of all
Dude,
time.
it got weird, but it was fun.
No, so it's
the
weird.
one fun thing that happened during mine was that she took her boots and socks off. At one
Oh,
point,
God, here we
and
go.
She was like on the couch, whatever. And so one of the guys that was there, I won't name names, like immediately put her foot in his mouth, and I go, "Oh, straight out the boot!" And I was like, the fact that like he was just like such a foot guy. This guy, like, I thought I was a foot guy. This guy was.
Jeez, you
dedicated.
hang around them, huh?
Yeah, it's in the blood. It's a relative of mine.
Oh, it was a relative. That
yeah,
makes
it's,
sense.
Oh, so it's a
we share-
it's a family
yeah,
thing.
It's a family
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
If you look to your left, Chris, he's into.
Oh, dude,
I
that's
didn't
kind
move
of
it.
fucking
And
crazy.
it's also going to come off
actually.
like I'm this huge, like I'm not even a big stripper guy, but it's fun. Like, have
but
fun.
you know what the
But it
thing?
was
So
like
I've
a-
never
yeah.
done. I've never had like been in a situation where a stripper came like remote like
Like
that.
he's saying though, that's a
But-
fine line where it's fun and it could get weird.
Right.
Well-
but let me just that feels weird. That
Yeah.
feels like come get naked and entertain us. That's
Yeah.
like
It
a
does
weird,
feel
like-
weird.
This was a
America's
surprise.
favorite
There's
pastime.
a human trafficking vibe to that.
Yeah,
man.
this was a surprise. My
Listen.
uncle thought this would be fun, and I didn't like the vibe at all. I take the naked woman a little too seriously. I almost think like I cannot
You
fun
think
with
she
it.
likes you?
I cannot fun with it. But
Is that
yeah, I
what
don't know.
you're
It's
saying?
like I get too like yeah.
Yeah, you're a little
I hear you.
excited.
Listen,
Yeah.
but I get what you're saying, but that's also today. Like this is also
right.
stuff that happened
I'm
a few
sure.
years ago.
Right.
That's a much different vibe than it is
Yeah.
nowadays
Like now,
than
I
it used
feel
to
like
be.
even just thinking of that, I'm like, man, that's that.
But like girls, like
Yeah.
you said, ping pongs out of their vagine. Like there's a lot of things going out.
right out of the
Gotta
video.
get
And
Yeah,
I was like,
that
I
vagine,
felt,
bro.
I was so wanted to make sure she knew that she was safe with these guys. Like I felt like a really like. But I think she saw the vibe. And it was
Also,
like, oh,
yeah.
these guys.
You
They
don't
can
wanna be
probably
that
tell.
guy
Right?
who's
Those
like-
girls can probably tell better than we can. Like this is a good.
Yeah,
one.
I
They
think
can
She probably had a
tell.
guy.
sense
She probably
for
had a
it,
guy
yeah.
with her, like outside the
Oh,
room.
yeah.
yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
You also see which one of your friends are dirty dogs
Filth
when,
bags.
when that
Yeah.
happens.
Foot guy. Yeah.
Yeah. But
That's the other thing.
me and Chick were on a event. We told us on the podcast we're not going to
Yeah,
get
we won't
into it
get to.
again.
Yeah, but we had, and they were lucky that they were would have decent group of guys because one of them got stuck there with us for a weekend.
Oh,
She went there was 2 strippers, a security guy.
It was
right?
like 4 strippers.
Yeah, it was whatever.
They
It was
showed up in a caravan.
from the city to the sticks in PA.
End of the they do
Did,
the.
did you end up like hitting, like having fun with it? Like,
I'll
did
do
they
a
have fun?
We
quick
had a
thing.
great time with her,
Yeah.
but
They did a quick.
Like, did she have a good time? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I think so.
I don't know, dude.
She definitely
She's in
did.
therapy, but
They,
she's doing
well.
fine. She's
We
doing
follow
well.
her on Facebook.
I still follow her.
She they all leave.
you follow her on Facebook. He follows her.
Yeah. They all leave, and then like a cartoon, we saw the side door open of a caravan,
Yeah.
and like a high heel foot come out, and this woman fell out of the caravan.
Oh, no.
And she was stuck with us for the rest of the weekend. We had no choice.
What a terrifying situation.
But we
for
also
her
tried
be
to
in.
ditch her at the casino. We got
Yeah, a
into
cop
it,
told us
and
we
she
could ditch her.
Came back with the 3 of our friends who didn't leave with everybody else. Wound up coming in a cab with them 3 and her.
And chick, you and your guys
Well,
drove her home.
The guy that I was with, we said like last person, last one to go to have fun takes her home, and he was the last one.
And he dropped her off on like the.
We got into the city, and it was like, is this a good place? Yep. She wanted to do nothing with us as much as we wanted nothing to do with
He
her.
dropped her off on the
As
Cross
soon as we
Bronx
got over the highway
Expressway.
and got into the
as soon as
city,
she's
She was like the George Washington Bridge. It's totally fine. I can walk. It's fine. Please just let me go.
It's right on the
Please,
Cross
please,
Bronx.
please,
as soon as it was a reasonable cab ride for her to take, she got the fuck out.
Yeah, I don't blame her. Well, the reason why I brought up my bachelor party was in compared to that, Cheryl, her bachelorette party, they went to dinner and they ended up going to Gossip, which is a female dancer. Strip. It's not a male dancer.
Right.
Gossip is a classy strip
And
club.
she goes, I don't want to see a bunch of men dance naked. She's like,
Yeah.
I like the vibe of like a woman's strip club. So they all went there. Then they called the guys. Then like a bunch of the guys met them at their bachelorette party. That was way more of a fun night.
That sounds
like
fun.
Hell yeah.
couples together, like in a place where they're supposed to be strippers, and like they were having fun with. And it's also way more. They're way more comfortable with a group of people who have like
Also a nice place too, from my
Yeah.
understanding.
Yeah, it's a nice place.
It's not like
We're talking about Gossip on 110.
I haven't been there in 10 years.
Is that what talk about the Gossip?
Yeah,
This
yeah.
episode
I've
is
never
50
been to
probably.
that.
I was there for Buddy's bachelor party 6 months ago.
Yeah?
And we had a
Maybe
Maybe I
fantastic
should do a
time.
live podcast from that.
No, but that's a good place because you can, like you said,
Yeah.
you know, you go to these places, you can be at these places and it's not like creepy. We were hanging out with a group of girls who were there, just like 3 girls who decided to just go there for
Right.
the night, and they were having a fucking great time. It was a lot of fun.
I gave away a joke that I wrote to Terry McNeely about it, Russian strippers. So I wonder if you're still telling. Yeah, I was telling now, but I'm like, I guess once you give away a joke, you
Yeah,
can't
it's
just
not
go
yours
on-
anymore
Yeah,
to
you're
tell.
already
Yeah.
telling it, right?
But that was to the point of what I was telling him in the car is that I just think he needs to have, instead of, he always says, no, he's like just have a little more fun and be open to things.
But
He's
I
not
have.
comfortable with it. If you, like,
he's
whatever
got
he's
it to
doing,
me.
he's
That's
having
not
with.
fun to me. Like
Well,
I
I'm
have,
not even saying that. Do it your own way, but you don't have to do what I'm telling you to do. But
But it sounds like you're telling.
Yeah, shove a
He
foot
is-
in your
like,
mouth,
do you
man.
do you have fun?
I have more fun than him.
Yeah, you like hanging out with your family and you like
Yes.
having a couple
more
of pops.
fun than me. Yeah,
Yeah,
you know.
But that
Well,
because
'cause I
that's
know.
but because you're looking at it like I
probably
can't imagine myself having fun doing what he's doing, but he's doing the thing that he
No,
likes
but
to
I'm
have
not
fun
talking
doing.
about his other life. I'm not. Like,
What is my other life?
No, I'm saying like you going doing your comedy. I'm not talking about your life in general. I'm saying, but you could go and have like, if so, like you could have more fun in certain. You know what I'm talking about.
All
I'm
right.
not
So
trying to-
there's some girls in my life that he considers trash bags that he thinks I could
Can we
just
stop saying this?
I love but the air quotes sold that. That was
that
So misquoted
that
on this.
he's like you should just do that, but like that makes me feel gross, and it's not like the next morning
he's
is
got like
not
a
worth
shame.
it.
You got like a shame thing.
I don't have this urge to like just sleep
Have
with a
sex.
woman.
What did
I really
Chicks like
don't.
having
What did
sex.
Chick say in the
Yeah,
car? You just go straight for the asshole.
Yeah, God knows what he was talking about. So you got to lift legs up. And there's a whole.
No,
Yeah,
see,
yeah.
No, there
you
was
know
like a
what bothers
tutorial.
me?
All right.
Is we have normal conversations, right? And then he comes on here and you hear like
Because
bits
you
and ends
think
of
they're
it.
normal, dude.
No, because we have, and then you take things I say out of context, and then it sounds like I'm fucking this
Get
completely.
with the trash bag. Go
Yeah,
straight for the
like,
asshole. That's
my
what you
advice
said.
is totally gotten thrown out here and misconstrued anyway. But anyway, and go.
Bottom line, I don't even want to have sex with anybody. Even if it's normal, I'm just not into it.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's something.
No,
maybe I'm off. I'm
no,
going through
that's
something else.
Very valid. I was never like one night stands. Never really interested in me.
neither-
I've had them, but I always
I've never had a one
regretted
night
it?
stand.
No, he likes a long-term trash bag.
Yeah.
I've never had a one night stand. I've had some interesting flings with some interesting people.
Are you in a relationship back in Serbia?
Yeah. I'm getting married.
Oh, yeah?
next year here in St. James,
St.
Really?
James?
Is that right?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah.
right in St. James.
In a venue over
Here,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah,
We're
yeah.
going to do it live on the podcast.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
well, it's a good thing you got the green screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, already put up a little backdrop. Be cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some nice venues around here.
I've always been a relationship guy.
Yeah, I haven't known you to have one relationship.
That's
Because
not,
I haven't
yeah.
dated since I've been on. I haven't probably dated in 5-6 years, honestly.
That's probably true.
You know, like, but I literally, I've always been in relationships.
He's sporadically always been in
Not
relationships.
sporadically. It was up until
Every 5 years
up
is a
until I
1
was
month.
severely depressed and hated my life and didn't want to date. Yeah, if we wanted, that's why I haven't dated in 5 years, 6 years.
There was but like,
And
since,
there's been flings of just people that I have no emotional care for at all.
Right.
which he wants me to do, and he's
Yeah.
shocked that I'm not interested in doing
Because
it.
the way you
Here's the
describe
thing,
it sounds so great.
Yeah.
Well, I had a lot of fun.
I had
Here's
a
the
lot of
thing.
fun with people
Here's-
I don't care about.
Yes,
Listen.
exactly.
It's all about your personality. Like you said, you have a lot of fun, but that's maybe the type of sex you enjoy having. If you no, but if you can have fun having sex with somebody who you don't have an emotional connection with,
He's
that
the
you
type
said,
of guy. You're lighting a
But-
candle.
Yeah, I'm more
yeah,
of a
like I'm
cuddler.
more of like sex is better if you have an emotional connection with that person.
Yeah.
For
I
me,
agree with you guys. 100%.
I can't even like think like it wouldn't even work.
I just
if I
well, that's my point. It's like I'm not even trying to get into
I
too
got some
much
I got some blue
details.
chews if you need that. If that's the problem.
My whole thing was the reason why I even went down the path I did with a couple is because it was just like it wasn't that I needed it. I was just I haven't been the most happy person, I guess, and you'd make some decisions that you just
Yeah.
like. It is what it is. But I don't want I'm trying
I don't know what he
because
just
I'm
said.
trying no
Yeah,
because
it
it's like
doesn't sound like that fun.
but it
sounds
is
like
fun.
you're-
Like I had a lot
but
of fun.
but you and I
The only reason why I'm in this situation doing it is not necessarily fun. Like I'd rather be in
Okay.
a normal,
So it's like the-
healthy relationship. But like
When your
certain-
baseline is down, it's a high for you.
and it's also situations presented themselves, and it was just like, it was fun.
It's like you love snowboarding, and you will go away for a weekend, and then the mountains close. So you say, I'll go tubing. Well, that's fun too.
Exactly.
yeah.
It's not what I want. It's not what I wanted to be
That's
doing.
not what
but
I want to be
doing.
doing.
That's
but
fun.
that's
it's all right.
that's a great way
That's
to
a great
put it.
analogy.
Yeah.
That is actually a fantastic analogy.
Yeah. So did you meet her here and
Here,
move
same,
there
same
together?
town. We grew up in the same town. Yeah.
And she was willing to move there, and
Yeah. Made the move together during the pandemic. I guess.
That says
Get
a lot.
into it a little more. He doesn't know you like we
so
do.
Yeah, that's
we
why I'm
did.
asking. Yeah.
We had pre-pandemic planned for a while to move away and like set up everything to be that way. And I'd quit my job in February of 2020 and went down to Florida and worked on a movie for a month and then came back. And the plan was we were going to leave in April of 2020. And then we didn't.
Yeah.
Because of
Why is that
obvious
now?
reasons. And ended up, I was able to get my job back for the short amount of time. And then ended up leaving finally in September of 2020 and did like essentially traveled to a new place every month and stayed out of Airbnbs. I called it Homeless Plus. And we did that for like 2.5 years-ish and then recently settled down in Serbia like full time.
And that was because you found like you vacationed in Serbia, thought you liked it.
We had spent like 2 months in Serbia previously, and it's awesome. And also, it's exhausting to try to get an Airbnb every month and like move your stuff around
Yeah.
and like building a business and having a job and stuff like that. You need focus time. Like you need to be able to be in the zone and like be comfortable. And then some places you go are amazing. Some you can find a place to work. The Airbnb is great. Things like that. But some places you spend a month like really struggling to even get good internet. And that's a challenge. So that it got exhausting. And we were like, all right, what's one place that we can afford that was awesome? And it was Serbia. And we had previously like made some friends there, and now we've made a bunch more. So
That's
it was
incredible.
the
That's
right
great.
move, man.
That's like, I'm envious of that approach.
It was a cool move. I'm glad we did it at that time.
You did it at the right
It's kind of
time
like
in your
it's
life,
almost
yeah.
like the plot of one of my favorite movies, Away We Go, which is I would never tell somebody. It's very specific, but it's a couple who gets pregnant and then like their parents move away from where they were, and then the whole movie is them trying to figure out where they want to move to and like start a life and with their children. So they go to like places that they have friends, places they have family to figure out. It's all in the U.S., but the idea of like spending a year traveling and figuring out like, all right, where might we want to settle down? So you get to travel, and then you get to pick a place based on actual experiences where I might want to live. That's beautiful.
Away we go. Why did I think that was about geese?
You probably watched some stupid shit.
Is there
about
something
geese.
about Away We Go with geese?
No, there's no geese in that.
No
I mean,
geese.
maybe
No
it's
geese on the cover of the movie.
No,
Birds.
nope.
What the hell was I? Away we go. I immediately think geese.
It's a goose thing to do to go away.
It's a silly goose thing to
Yeah.
do.
a silly goose.
Yeah.
Who's in that movie?
John Krasinski.
And Rashida Jones.
Goose.
Right, and
no,
a goose.
Close. Slightly racist.
Maya Rudolph.
Maya Rudolph. The other half, half and half. Yeah.
Close.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I was thinking about. That I was thinking about a geese thing. But that was a good movie. I like that movie.
I don't know why it struck me. I know why it struck me so much because it was a couple who was just in love with each other for the whole movie. They didn't bicker. They didn't
Great
have fights.
couple.
It was them versus the world. Like they would go meet other people and be like, these people are crazy, and like they never questioned each other. Like they were never like we're each other's support system.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone else is nuts. I loved them versus the world rather than it's always like couples can't figure shit out. Like life can be so easy when you're with somebody who it's just easy with.
I'm with you.
So they were hand in hand, and it also showed you everybody's life. That was like, I'm sure they're happy with their life, but it wasn't for them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like they saw the good parts of it.
Yeah.
But they're like, this isn't us.
This isn't us.
And away they
like,
went.
And they were like still, and the way they went, yeah, they were like still could make each other laugh years
Mm-hmm.
of relationship. It wasn't just like, it's like, yeah, that's possible.
That was a really good movie.
Yeah.
I think I cried in that movie.
Yeah, it's.
I love a good movie cry.
Yeah.
It's a nice thing.
I cried at TikTok today. So
Dude,
Really?
I'll cry at like South Park. If South Park has like an emotional arc,
Yeah.
I watched Apollo 13 last night. I almost got choked up.
I started crying. I watched Rick and Morty on the flight home, and they had like a very emotional scene.
Really?
I was like,
Really?
wow, this is
they do that.
heavy.
When they landed in Apollo 13, it was like, oh,
Can you guys name any other shows, sitcoms, comedy-based shows that never ever had a serious moment other than Seinfeld and Curb? I guess there's never been a moment of sincerity of like, in either one of those shows, and I can't like Friends is joke heavy, but occasionally there'll be a heartache.
you can't even go Fresh Prince because they had a couple of scenes.
Seinfeld,
yeah.
Seinfeld had a dead fiance,
Simpsons?
and there was
Consider
never
that a sitcom?
Simpsons.
Simpsons goes
I mean,
deep
it's not a
sometimes.
sitcom.
Simpsons. Are you kidding me? Simpsons has had emotional episodes.
Yeah, Simpsons had a lot
Are
of
you
depth
kidding?
going
Are you?
through it.
I'm not like I'm a Simpsons fan,
They
but I'm not
100%
an
had
avid.
emotional-
I didn't know they've
emotional,
ever had
sensitive
one.
episodes.
Okay.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
covered a lot of heavy topics.
Yeah.
Did they? Like,
over
but
the years.
in a serious manner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was not like a whole episode. They didn't have like a very.
But a lot of things haven't done a whole episode. They have moments in them.
They have like a
Moments.
like a
Seinfeld
serious
and
scene.
Curb never had a second of
Oh,
like.
I know.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Like
Never.
Never 1 second.
'Cause Larry David was the best.
George's fiance died from
Died.
licking stamps. It was a joke immediately.
Right
there was
away.
There was never like
They didn't even care about
the
it.
music didn't get. It wasn't like and the music was like. They never made it sad. Where it's like bum bum bum.
No.
Yeah, they didn't.
You know, like they didn't do like a sad version.
And it was
of the
immediate.
Seinfeld
They
music.
didn't care. They dropped that character like
'Cause-
it was nothing.
And it was based on like he was happy that she was dead. And it was like,
Yeah.
they're such awful
lucked
people.
out. Yeah,
He
they're
was
such
happy,
terrible
oh my-
people.
He goes, I wanted to get out of the marriage, and I lucked out. She died, and it was like
By the
that's a
way,
joke.
apparently she was a big pain in the ass on set, so that's why they killed
Susan?
her off.
Really?
Yeah, Susan was a real.
I could see her not vibing with that
Really?
yeah,
cast.
she there was a lot of issues, so they just
So
killed her off.
I've
with
never
stamps.
seen Two and a Half Men, Big Bang
I was gonna
Theory.
say, I haven't seen
like,
enough
I
of
haven't
Two
seen
and a
those
Half
things.
Men, but I know
I
they
can
have
I
them.
can imagine there being moments of sincerity in those shows, but I can't.
Yeah.
we can't
Anybody
speak to that.
listening, reach out to us if you can name something that hasn't, because I would love to hear.
Two
Yeah.
and a Half Men definitely had some
Definitely did.
deep
Yeah.
spots in there.
Two and a Half
Two and a
Men
Half
definitely
Men.
did, especially
It
with the
must
kid.
have.
Because the kid had like a the mom
you know-
died or something.
Yeah, it
You know
was
what?
Yeah.
Family Guy, probably. I can't imagine a serious moment of Family Guy.
Yeah, definitely.
No,
Family
yeah.
Guy.
Yeah, that'd be tough.
I mean,
right?
I could talk about other.
oh, you know what?
and
When
this-
Brian
and the-
died,
Really?
yeah, they killed off Brian for like a season.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't
Oh,
even
really?
remember that.
Yeah, they killed him off for like a season. They replaced him with like a stereotypical Italian dog. It was kind of funny.
Wow. That's
And then
funny.
they brought
So they
Brian
did it
back
for the
from
joke,
dead.
but then they had
did
to
for the
treat it
joke.
with- they
It was
had
like
to
a
treat-
6-episode arc where they killed him off, but it was
Interesting.
kind of sad.
How'd they kill him?
Get hit by a car.
That's a perfect way
That's
to
it.
kill
It's a good way
the
to kill a
dog.
dog.
Yeah.
The only way to
But
kill
how
a
many
dog.
seasons in? Because like Seinfeld was 9 seasons.
15?
So it's
I'm not
like,
sure. Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's probably scraping the bottom of the content
Yeah,
barrel.
they're like,
What about
I gotta do
Always
something.
Sunny in Philadelphia?
No,
I
they've
never
never had a
saw that
serious.
show.
No, I could guarantee they've never had a serious moment.
Yeah, probably not.
And this
That
season
might
right
be
now,
one.
for
Good call.
anybody who hasn't watched it, has been fucking
you know what, though?
phenomenal.
They're still
No,
coming
so-
out with episodes. That show?
Even
Oh,
when
yeah, that's-
Frank was going to die or whatever it is, they never had a serious.
There was a
There was-
scene. What's the really well built guy got fat and then he got in good shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
He
they
did-
still didn't have a serious.
No, he did. I was emotional. I cried during this episode.
Maybe that's
There was,
you.
there was a dance. He did a dance, like an
cried at
interpretive
TikTok
dance. He did an interpretive
Yeah,
dance.
the
scene.
interpretive
No,
dance.
that was sincere. That was sincere. That was a legitimate, sincere, like beautiful dance that they did, and it was like that
Was
was
there
like
a
him.
foot showing or something? What was the-
No way. I feel like I was probably laughing that whole scene.
No, the last
He doesn't-
episode that I
he
watched.
doesn't pick up on
So I
that.
haven't
No,
watched. I
you
haven't
would
watched.
watch that
I
too.
saw it.
I binged
Wait,
it.
I'm sorry. So there was interpretive dance,
He
Yeah.
does like an interpretive
And
dance.
it was like
This is when they had, like,
it was
and that was like big for you, like the interpretive dance was.
yeah, it was like
Busting
I
my
don't-
balls about.
I don't like a lot of like choreographed dance, but they did
Tunes,
it. It was
show
like
tunes.
it was like on stage, but in water, and it was.
It was
I'm
very.
thinking of like
I don't
Austin
think- I don't
Powers
Would
in
you
the
consider
opening
that a
scene.
serious
I'd
moment?
have to watch it again, but
I don't think
I'm
picked
going to
up-
rewatch that.
That triggered you somewhere, man. That you
I
had.
feel like
Maybe
that's,
that's-
and I'm not
maybe that's a
knocking you, but I
personal
feel like that
thing.
was
Maybe.
more of a triggered you than a
But
serious
I think
moment.
even afterwards they
got some
treated
shit
it.
to
I
sort
wasn't.
out.
I don't think even it wasn't even just a dance. I think afterwards they kind of treated it with a little.
I
bit
gotta.
of,
I'll rewatch
I think it was
Gravity.
pretty amazing, from what I remember.
Yeah. So it was the last episode that I watched because I binged it.
You couldn't handle it
No,
anymore.
because I binged it when that was the last possible. When that was the last episode, and then
They shut
put
down for like
they
a couple
put out-
years.
What season was that?
don't
Because now I
remember.
want to go home and watch. I want to
It's
watch.
the season where you got. It's the only one season where he was fat, and that was.
I want to watch
But
two
that's
things.
but that's a good call though. I think maybe that episode is certainly questionable, but other than that, not.
I was
one
even thinking
moment.
Modern Family, but they had plenty of sad moments.
no,
on
they
that.
must.
Oh, they had a few sad moments.
I
must-
love
yeah.
Modern Family.
Yeah, it was a great show too.
I never saw
Yeah.
that.
I never. I missed like the last.
I
few
think I
seasons.
just watched the first season, but that's a like, very funny show. It's
a good show.
for like a network sitcom.
Do we consider Reno 911? Like, are we getting into those as like?
well, that's more.
but it's
Oh,
a
man.
show. It's not a
Show?
sitcom.
Yeah, but
it's
it's like-
not a.
Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah, I might give you credit for that. Yeah.
there was never a sad moment on Double Dare.
But that's not a game show.
That is a
I'm
game
saying
show.
Reno's not a game
He was.
show.
Yeah.
He was also joking.
Oh, I know he
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, I don't know. That's tough though.
That's a good question for sure.
Yeah.
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 Now I want to watch that Always Sunny.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna. I
so-
might watch that
I
tonight.
have to
'cause
watch
I
that
have
tonight.
To just,
Two things I wanted to watch. I was talking to Chris earlier. There's a 30 for 30 about because Chris worked with Vlade Divac, basketball player, and there was a 30-30 about Vlade
oh, excellent,
and Drazen Petrovic.
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah,
I'm such an idiot. I didn't even know he was like a big deal.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to watch that, rewatch that because that's about Serbia and Croatia.
They were
and
like
their
best friends,
relationship.
and then they don't
war,
really
man.
talk to each other
Yeah.
anymore.
Is that what
because
it
of
was? Because of the war. Wow. Yeah. It was
He's
called
cool,
like
man.
Brothers
He's
Love.
And
a,
it was because of a moment that happened with the national team. I don't want to blow it.
Yeah.
It was excellent with the flag.
Yes.
talking. I'm gonna go.
I think this is probably a good time. We're over an
leaving.
hour.
Yeah.
So I do have some good picks.
Are we over
And
an hour?
Chris?
Shit.
Yeah, we're over an hour.
Flew,
Doesn't
dude.
it fly?
This flew.
Do you
I'm
miss before we go? Do you miss being on the podcast?
Of course. Of course.
Well, did this
I miss
feel
hanging
good?
out. This feels great.
because it felt like you slip right back in. You know,
This feels great. We got a good thing going.
it was great, man. So it was good to have
It's
you
fun
back
to
on.
do.
It's good to have you back on, and anytime you're
Next time I'll bring sunglasses, I think.
Yeah. Well, listen, we're big stars now, but yeah, you're always in here whenever you come
Dude,
back. to town.
yeah, I'd love to. I might be out in Northport next week, so if
All right.
Nice.
Nice.
time lines up, I'll...
All right. Well, let's hear
So-
these picks, baby.
The first one is something that took me a little while to finally watch, and I've been meaning to. It was Still with the Michael J. Fox movie on Apple.
Oh, okay.
Did you guys
I didn't know he was
know
still
what
acting.
about?
I've never even
So
heard
basically, what they did was it was really cool. He's doing a documentary basically about his life. He narrates it, and he also was getting interviewed during it, and he explains like his career. But they use footage from him in movies throughout the years to like almost like make the documentary a movie, but not like they use those clips in a way where they flowed with each other as opposed to like the movie that it was in.
of. Okay.
Whatever. It was excellent. The
I'm a
guy's
big
got
Michael J. Fox fan.
his story is excellent, and how
great
he
guy.
handles having it, and it was awesome. I knew it was gonna be somewhat of a serious lot, but you don't like you leave it and you don't have sympathy for him.
Oh, I want to check
Like
that out.
you know what? Like
man.
he doesn't want you to have sympathy.
Yeah.
Like, and he's
I have a
does a
family
pretty
member-
good job at it.
I have a family member that just got diagnosed with Parkinson's.
Yeah,
so-
it's. I mean, they would probably love that. I mean,
Yeah.
but so like, there's a scene, and he's coming out of his building, and he sees just a regular pedestrian. The person's like, "Oh, Michael J. Fox," and he says hello to her, and then he falls on the floor. But that's just like he walked with or whatever. And the lady, sorry. She goes, he's like, she's like, oh, it was nice to meet you. And he was like, hey, you knocked me off my feet. Like
Yeah.
every time
Hilarious.
you think
That's a
he's
great
going to
line.
be like,
Yeah.
he fell into a corner in one
Probably
point.
a
And he's
stock
like, no
line.
one puts Mikey in the corner. Like he's just, it was very funny. And like you don't.
I love
treat him-
stuff like that, man. I one of my clients is this. He's a motivational speaker, but he's blind, and he's constantly making light of that. Like he went blind at like 25 or something like
it's-
that. It's a tough time to go blind.
Oh yeah.
And he's
I thought it was a bad time to go bald.
yeah. Oh, you guys lost all your hair on this show, by the way.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, no hair left.
yeah, no hair left on
Yeah,
this.
that's true. We're truly adult babies.
It's truly, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's always making jokes and stuff, and talking about. He's like, you shouldn't feel bad for me or anybody. Like, just you gotta.
It's easy to say, but
Work
you try to
through
put
it.
yourself in the position like, could I handle with that much grace? I don't know.
Yeah.
yeah, I probably
Yeah,
wouldn't. Be
that's
so
the
great at
issue.
that.
Is like
Yeah.
most people aren't going to handle that like he does
I think life puts you in certain positions
for a reason.
and you deal with it. It's
think
like
you
it
gotta-
becomes
yeah.
part of your life. You're like, you have no choice.
Well, it's like you can either deal with it or not. And if
yeah,
you
and,
don't,
and what are you
it
gonna
sucks.
It's
Like,
it's awful, but like you adapt.
you gotta make
you
the
adapt.
best of it, or
Yeah, just got to hope you have a good support system and whatnot for things like
yeah,
that.
oh, definitely.
I'm going to go heavy docs this one. So the other two are from a series on Netflix called Unknown. The first one was called Unknown Cave of Bones. And it's basically they go into these old tombs and like they go super deep down. It was before Homo sapiens we are, right? Mm-hmm. There's a different type
homosexual.
of Homo nati. I forgot to fucking write it down. That's what I was trying to look at before when I got
Maybe
nailed.
we shouldn't have yelled at him.
Yeah, we
But
would have found out.
It's
the real
another species of like a type of humans that they found in this cave.
thing. Homo bums.
Homo bums.
Homo neti?
Trash
Something with an
baggies.
N, I feel like. But whatever. It was very interesting. A lot of people who like all those, like when they go in the unknown pyramids and all that shit. It was really cool. But they show how they used to like what they think they used to look like, and they're like similar to humans, but not really. I don't know. It was fucking interesting, especially if you smoke pot.
Yeah.
The other one, also the Unknown series, Cosmic Time Machine. This one I loved. So they put up this new, it's like a Hubble telescope, but much better and
Yeah. What
further
it?
out.
There's what's the name of that thing? I saw that recently.
Fuck.
I saw an image that it sent out.
Yeah, it's
It's like
insane.
kind of crazy. Yeah.
So it goes 1,000,000 miles. I think it was 1,000,000 miles after the moon. Yeah.
okay.
So it's like significantly further, and it like hits a point that we could see even further into time. So almost like the beginning parts where they think that they could find out a lot of stuff
Wait,
about
it
the
can
universe.
look back in time.
In theory, when you're talking about the universe and going back, because how long it takes light to travel, in theory, you are looking at the past. Like yes,
Right.
So and they learn a lot about where the universe began. This shit is like it blows my mind when you really get. I've been watching this How the Universe Was Made series on HBO. That's like about all the planets and all this shit. It's actually crazy. I'm not going to do it any justice trying to explain
I
it.
used to be on Discovery.
A lot of things that they put on HBO now were on other.
Yeah,
I think
that's
they
right.
joined
I think
Discovery's
Yeah,
on Max.
just-
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's right. I
love that show.
I love some of that.
I used to love that show. Too.
Yeah,
I forgot about
it's
that,
crazy the things we do, but this thing, and they fucking built this thing, they fucking fire it out there, and then they build it while it's on its way
Oh,
out.
there's
crazy.
like
Because if they have to do, like, they can't shoot it up as it is, so they have
big,
to,
I
like,
would
it's,
imagine
yeah,
it's
and
big,
they gotta, like, expand, they do all that from ground, and it's fucking nuts. And the pictures this thing takes are, like, super further away than
Yeah, I wish I could
anything we
remember
had
the
close
name
to.
of-
And it just
saw
got
this
released, so we're gonna start getting, like, tons of new information that they're gonna start learning about it. I love that shit.
That's cool. I like that stuff.
And it's visually, it's fucking awesome. Like when they
That's-
show all that stuff,
Dude,
it's fucking
that's I like.
sick.
I love the planet Earth
James
stuff.
Webb.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
James Webb. Yeah. But I love that planet Earth
That's
stuff.
what it is. They
looks
just,
so
it
clean.
just
Yeah.
got up there.
Really cool.
But it's like been 30 years in the making. It's
yeah, I
been
wanna
like
see that.
insane.
They just did and I think maybe Netflix. It's like they did like a Planet Earth, but with dinosaurs. So like they
Yes,
they-
Apple
yeah,
did
yeah.
that. It was awesome.
Oh, it was on Apple. That's
cool.
right.
It
Yeah.
was awesome.
What city are we looking at, by the way? This is cool.
Let's see.
Passing South,
South
London.
London.
Oh, South London.
Yeah.
Wow, you wouldn't think England looked like that. England's pretty ugly.
England's pretty ugly, yeah.
You know,
Well, like
not-
London's got some ugly parts, I should say.
Well, I just feel like it's always gray, and like I don't know.
Oh, we're not looking at the
Like
sky.
pretty countryside.
But look at the water; even looks brown.
That's my number one place to go. That was London.
London. I'd
Yeah.
like
I
to go
bet
to
you it's
London.
cool to do shit there. I'm just saying, like you're not going there for the weather.
Yeah. That's my.
Yeah, I would like to go there.
Yeah, you're not going there for the weather.
Not going to England for the weather. You're going there to
Yeah.
see
Yeah,
shit that
Bring
you
a
haven't.
raincoat for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. You go for the Indian food.
Yeah.
Good Indian food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't really have great food in England,
No, the
right? Is
Indian
that-
food is like kind of.
Well, in
But I mean, like,
Unbelievable.
even about, but that's not their food. Like, it's
No.
Indian food
No,
that
yeah.
they're there and they brought it there.
I think they've come a long way.
What do they got?
but
Fish and
a
chips?
lot-
But that's what I'm saying. There's
The
not much
pub
to it. It's
food
pretty
is good.
bland, right?
Like if you're like out having a couple beers, grabbing a snack is.
But
I would like to go to a London pub.
a lot
Yeah.
of people there bake, so I feel like a lot of good baked goods in England.
Yeah.
I haven't tried, but what's that thing that Gordon Ramsay makes? That's like a big TikTok trend to try to. Was it beef something?
Wellington.
Beef Wellington, yes.
Oh,
Is that
yeah?
English?
I think so. Yeah. It sounds
Sounds
Wellington
Yeah.
is English for sure.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I make his scrambled eggs. I learned how to make scrambled eggs from a Gordon Ramsay.
You put it on very
YouTube
low.
Low, on and off the heat.
On and off.
constantly-
you
and constantly
constantly
moving it.
shaking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it that much better? Like
Oh,
worth the
It's
time?
not.
It's
yeah,
night and day.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've
Moist.
done it like that. It's moist.
It's just like it's almost
unreal.
like it's almost like a different thing.
Really?
Yeah.
My buddy
Unreal.
does
That's
something
nuts.
with
Yeah.
chopsticks where it's constantly moving it on low heat or something
Basically,
like that.
the issue is for most people, you're cooking it too quick and you're cooking it too
Yeah,
hot,
and it gets like
Yeah.
rubber.
and it gets and it doesn't. When
It's
you
as-
do it, when you cook it like that, it's like perfect.
Yeah.
It's fucking unreal.
I gotta try that.
I got an issue with that. My TikTok is all like cooking videos, and so I bookmark all of them, and I have like so many things to make.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm constantly trying new stuff. I got into pickling stuff. That's fun.
Pickling?
Pickling's great.
You got
I'm
to
a
put. How
pickler.
long do you got to like
So
let
not,
it sit?
not a lot to do over there. We're learning that.
Start canning shit.
So that's what you're doing. You're pickling stuff.
Pickling.
Can't take it anymore. Give me something to pickle.
Oh God.
Is there a lot of tourism over there?
Yeah,
Yeah?
There's actually a surprising amount. We're right on the Danube, so like a lot of river cruises come through.
Yeah.
And you get a bunch of,
1 day stops.
yeah, pretty much. Like sometimes on a Saturday, you'll be walking through the center and there's like 50, 80-year-old American people like just wandering around.
Older Americans love.
They love a river cruise.
Yeah,
They just love,
I would, I would love a river.
They
cruise,
love
yeah.
Yeah, I
travel
would like a
guides.
river-
When you go in, like my parents have actually
Yeah,
done it.
they're
and
all
they
wearing the
rave
same
about
like,
it.
lanyard thing.
Well, I don't know if they have the lanyards when they go, but yeah, you go with like a group, and they like if you go somewhere, they'll hit all the spots for you, and some of them.
Yeah,
You got
I-
headphones on,
think-
listening to like.
Well,
a
not all
thing.
of them.
It's
are
cool.
Like that.
The
It's
river
just someone
cruises
who's gonna
look like
take
a
you
lot
out
of fun.
place.
I think that like those Viking cruises are a lot different than an ocean cruise.
They're a lot
Yeah.
different.
Their food is actually probably good.
I think it's really good. Yeah.
yeah. And
They're,
Yeah,
they're a
it's-
lot more
you-
expensive.
You're going
than an
to
ocean
more,
cruise also.
yeah, and you're going to more interesting places, and
And you're getting out and like I've never been on a cruise, but from what I understand, you're really just getting off to shop around for a bit.
Yeah,
and there's
you're not
like,
going
a
to the
ton
place.
to experience
That's why I hate
Yeah.
cruises.
there. But like with these, you spend 5 days in Budapest. Maybe not
that's-
5 days. A couple days
Right.
in Budapest.
Yep.
A couple days in Belgrade. Starts up in Amsterdam or something like that.
Yeah,
You
and you get to experience a
Those,
little.
my parents did a Viking
That's
cruise.
why
It
I
was-
never like some of the
Crazy.
other cruises. You're
Half-
not in the place.
Well, you're just getting on a boat with like bad food to get drunk for free.
It's not
Or,
even
like,
bad food though. Like some of the cruises do have good food. The thing is though, they tell you you're going on a cruise to say, let's just say you're doing a Caribbean. You're in the same water at the same beach at a bunch of different islands.
Yeah.
You don't know there's nothing different.
Nothing. To
And a
You're
lot of
not
times
visiting
it's,
anywhere.
It's their island that they bought. They buy
Right, they
islands out
own
there.
those islands,
so you
which is
show up
crazy.
to their weird island.
Oh.
That's like a thing that happens. Not in all of them, but that's like a stop. Like somewhere in I forget what the last time I went on a cruise we stopped, and it was just an island that they bought, and they put up gift
Yeah.
shops
And
out
there's nothing
there.
wrong
Disney
with it,
did
but
that.
it just
Yeah.
is not like
Yeah.
you just put me on the boat in the middle of the water for that long then and fuck the beach at this point.
Yeah. All right,
Fuck the beach,
Fuck the
everybody.
beach.
I think that's a good
that
way
was
to
your
end.
picks.
I'm not a huge beach guy, as you guys
I
can
can
tell.
tell.
No.
I love pools and I'll go on the beach, but I have like a thing where I just don't like fucking with sharks and in their area. I don't
Nobody
like,
likes fucking with sharks.
But
How
I'm
about
saying like
sand?
I don't.
He's got
it's-
this weird thing. He doesn't like fucking with sharks.
But like no, but I don't believe in going in their terrain and being
By the way,
surprised.
did you see the video of the shark like swimming in between people?
That's
in
my
Miami?
point. Is they're
Yeah.
starting to come
was
very
crazy. They're getting a
shallow,
little-
and I don't need to be there.
They're
But
getting
there was
ballsy.
there was like family, and they could see like other family members on the other side of the shark. And,
Yeah.
like the panic of like, how do I get my people
you don't.
yeah,
over here?
You're yeah.
You just hope the shark's not that hungry,
Yeah.
Well, you hope it doesn't bite you and bite somebody else.
or it doesn't bite anybody. That'd be,
Yeah, that
that
would be
would be.
the-
Throw a rock at it.
ideal.
It's gonna
They've been
bite
out in
somebody
Fire Island
rather
a
somebody
lot
else.
this
I feel like you don't like sand.
No, I don't mind sand.
Yeah.
Listen, I'd rather a pool because yes, there's the sand, all that
You
bothers
seem like
me.
a guy who's really.
But I don't
bothered by
like. I used to love the beach, but now because I don't love cold, like in the Caribbean, I'll go in the water when you could see. But like Jones Beach and Tobay, I'm never again. Will you ever see? me
Really,
on
I
one of those
I
beaches.
went to Tobay yesterday
Not in the
morning, and
water.
It was like kind of nice.
Never again. Now the sharks all coming in over there. I'll never again.
Yeah,
go in.
I went
I-
into Robin Moses a couple weeks ago.
I think
No,
you guys
no,
are
and I'm not
crazy.
knocking people who do. It's just not for me anymore.
I feel like what I want to do is take my drone with me and do an overhead and just like you
that's
can
a
just
good idea.
watch.
See what's around you?
You can see the sharks
Right.
because I've gone shark like hunting, but just
Yeah.
to view. I've caught some sharks in my.
Dude,
on
there's
my-
a lot
my
on the
drone.
coast off
Yeah.
by us, and they're starting to.
But
and
you
listen,
just
I'm not
have somebody
saying-
like, all right, you hang on the beach with the drone. Give me a holler if you see anything coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like Jones
Ooh.
Beach isn't clear. It's not clear enough and nice enough for me to go in it.
You got standards for beaches.
Yeah, you can't see.
I know if I can't see my feet, I'm not going in it.
No, it's fair enough.
Yeah,
It's funny 'cause
agree.
I went
agree
with I went with Monique, and she's in the water, and she's looking like she's nervous, and she's looking here. I'm like, I like how you're looking like right by your feet. Like if
Yeah.
a shark is, it's gonna be on you like that. Like
Yeah,
you,
you're done.
you gotta look a lot further out than just.
Yeah,
by
you better
your
look
feet.
outside your
If you see
terrain.
it there, it's too late.
It's too late, exactly.
The shark's got you at that point.
And that's like the other thing. I don't like rivers. Like any water that may have alligators or sharks, I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
going
won't
in
do
it.
like so. We don't have a beach in Belgrade. Like we do have beaches, but like we don't have a sea or anything like that.
Yeah.
We have a river and a lake. And
Lake
these
all
people-
day.
it's-
Give me that lake all
It's
day.
disgusting, dude.
Oh, that one might be.
It's
You go to a nice lake, I'll chill
No,
in the
but like
lake.
even a nice. I've been to a nice lake, and it's like you got algae and shit.
It's not filtered.
It's not
It's the
like-
same
Yeah.
water.
Oh,
just
yeah,
sitting
no, I
there,
get
yeah.
it.
Yeah, I mean there are.
My concern isn't the cleanliness of the water as much as it's the not seeing what's
He
irking
likes to
behind
see what's
me.
underneath.
I just don't want sharks and alligators. I could deal with fish and other shit.
I don't even like
I
fish.
am
I don't
like
want
deathly
fish either,
afraid
yeah.
of being in a river and getting attacked by an alligator or a shark attack. And I love sharks. I'd go in a shark cage and let them swim around me, but I don't want to be when they can have a.
Rivers, alligators are
Well, I'm not really in
Yeah, I
that.
don't
I haven't been in that situation much.
Well,
but
like, it's
like
like
if I go to Florida, I'm not
creaky,
going in a
swampy.
river.
Yeah, you
I
wouldn't
don't
be.
think it's a river. Maybe it's a river.
Maybe it's because I watch a lot of things and everything. It's always river alligators. Like
Yeah.
I don't know
river
but
alligators.
you're not going
swimming
there.
against the current.
where.
Going
where
there.
where there's
Well,
alligators.
that's what I'm saying. Alligators is not really a concern for me because I'm not really in that situation ever.
Right.
Yeah.
But like with beaches, I'll go a couple feet in, but I'm not really trying to go in there and
Right.
I'm not
I don't
going
like
to be.
beaches because I'm not a fan of Bette Midler. Okay, if you've made it this far,
Thank you for wrapping that up.
yeah, I had to do a bad joke to end this fucking thing. Yeah, you guys say it.
Guys, if you made it this far,
Thank you, Chris, for joining us.
Thank
again.
you for
It's been
having
a
me.
nice
Welcome
little fun
back.
reunion.
Yeah, it's great
fun.
meeting you. It's an honor. I'm just happy to carry on your
His legacy.
Dude, you
Your
took
position?
the torch and ran 20 miles with it.
Well, if you stuck around, maybe you could have, done the same. If you,
Yeah, if you didn't
What?
move
Let's
to
be
another-
honest. I love him to death. He wasn't doing that.
Probably not. I'm not doing this shit.
He didn't even like posting to YouTube because it took too
Oh,
long.
it took too long, dude.
yeah, it does.
All right, guys. Well, this has been
See ya.
fun.